Anyway, hello everybody and welcome to the Distorted Entertainment Podcast. My name is Ethan Carpenter. I am, of course, joined by Mitchell Wade. Mitchell, how's it going today?
I'm sleepy.
You're very sleepy. My cat's already freaking out. Dude, we just
Love
started.
Woody.
It's like he was
Love
waiting.
Woody. He's like, those fuckers are going to start at any moment.
He got loud. You know, get in there. Start tearing stuff up. Mitch can attest, while we were getting set up, there was a large bang in the background of my room. And I'm still not quite sure what it was, but all I know is my cat was staring at me while half hanging off of my love seat. And then he sprinted away after I glared at him for half a second. So
Woody was just like, open this pit up.
Dude, he's such a jerk. I love him, but he's a jerk. And I've been considering getting another cat, but I'm not technically allowed in my lease, so I don't know about that. But anyway, Mitch, you're tired today. Maybe you should sleep more.
No. Yeah, been doing stuff, existing stuff.
Stuff and tings. You've been doing
Stuff and things. Just trying to be a responsible adult, trying to get my life together. I'm actually, while recording this, because I can multitask, am going through my entire library and deleting a lot of music that I don't listen to. Ooh. Oh, hey, look, all of my Metallica. Let's get rid of that.
Aww.
No, I'm keeping the Metallica.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the YouTuber Todd in the Shadows?
Does not ring a bell.
So he normally reviews pop music, stuff like that. He was part of Channel Awesome for a long time, but he, kind of disbanded, as a lot of them did. But he also does a series called Train Records, and it's a very entertaining show. I should send you a couple of the episodes. One of my favorites is Van Halen 3, one of the Beach Boys' albums, but he recently did an episode on Saint Anger. So I was like, oh, man. Now I'm going to have to watch it. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Heavy metal guitarist, blah, blah, blah.
No. Yeah, that was just a Loudwire thing. It's like heavy metal guitarist for some brutal death metal band that apparently is pretty good, with a name that gives me a stroke every time I look at it. It's like Suzazazabog or something like that. Apparently really loves Saint Anger. But no, this is a guy named Todd in the Shadows. I'll maybe link it to you after the show. It's a very entertaining watch, but obviously I disagree with a lot of his sentiments. Todd's a good reviewer. I like him a lot. His top 10 best and worst pop songs of the year also is a great way to either become more of a fan or hate him a little. So, at least if you ask Shade Frost from the old WASD Gamecom stuff. But yeah, we're back in the swing of things. We're only like one day delayed from our usual recording time. It is Tuesday the 30th at the moment, just letting everybody know in case news is old, because it usually is.
I will say, and you'll be happy to hear this, I decided to pop on some of that good old Death Atlas today.
Oh, it's a good record. It's a good album. I actually haven't listened to Cattle very much recently. What have I been listening to?
What have you been listening to besides that good old Insomnium?
I have been listening to Insomnium. I've given it a few listens the past couple of days, and this is the first time I've actually gone through a whole lyric. Like I found a 45-minute. Yeah, it was a concept album, so we'll get more into that. We'll get more into that later. But I found a 40-minute or so full lyric video on YouTube, which was really nice yesterday. Well, I've been listening to Gojira. They put out a new single recently. We'll probably talk about that here in a minute. I've listened to Cannibal Corpse because they put out another single recently, which I'll probably talk about in a minute. I've been listening to Aesop Rock, who also put out a single recently, which I'll probably talk about in a minute. So, and then podcasts and Dresden Files stuff. I'm on another I finished another book, and I'm on apparently the biggest book in the series, like in terms of, hey, you're probably going to cry a lot this time around. And oh boy, I'm halfway through it and my brain hurts. It's very good. It's
I
very
am
good.
about to delete 446 songs from my computer.
Jesus, what's the worst thing on there?
I'm getting rid of a lot of blues stuff, actually. As much as I like the blues, I don't like listening to the blues.
Baby, I hear the blues are calling.
Thanks, American Dad.
Salads and scrambled eggs.
I said American Dad. I meant Frasier. I'm really tired.
I was about to say, did American Dad parody Frasier?
They
also,
did not.
Frasier is a great show, by the way.
It is 100% a great show. I said American Dad because my roommate's watching it downstairs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. American Dad was like a staple background TV show in my first apartment for a long time.
It's not a bad one to have, and arguably probably Seth MacFarlane's best one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
maybe.
It's better than Family Guy.
Basically how I view it is Family Guy was good for a couple of seasons in the beginning, and American Dad sucked during that, and then they kind of switched.
But we all know that the Cleveland show is the best.
100%. My name is Cleveland Brown.
Do you actually know? You know the intro? I was trying to think of it. I was like, I can't remember what this show
I 100%.
is.
I 100% know the theme because that was in college when I would just have, before I switched to YouTube, I just had the cable TV on because IUPUI was nice enough to provide that.
Oh, yeah, we never used it.
And in my bedroom, my name is Cleveland Brown, and I'm here to say I'm back. Shit. No, I can't do it unless I...
Poser.
I can't do it. I would have to sing it.
Sing it.
What about copyright strikes?
Oh, dang it. You're right. Put your own spin on it.
5 second.
I'm not gonna.
5 second grindcore.
You know, that's it.
There we go.
But I never watched that show. I saw a comment the other day on YouTube. It was like, there should be a Quagmire show. I'm like, that would get canceled so quick. And not in terms of like cancel culture. I'm like, that wouldn't last a season.
No. Let's make a episode about the most important character, the bartender.
The bartender. I don't even know. The only bartender I acknowledge from any TV show is Mo. And
well, of course. Well, and Roger, the alien.
Oh yeah, Roger. Okay, yeah, Roger's cool. I like Roger a lot. He's probably my favorite character in American Dad.
In terms of animated series, I will always argue that King of the Hill is the best one.
So King of the Hill was on back when I didn't appreciate adult cartoons all that much. So there were times when I would watch it and I just didn't get it. I was like, well, whatever. Nowadays, clips pop up and I laugh a lot. But back then, kind of similar to what I said on Toon Junkies when I was on there last year, we were my dad used to do these clinics at like PetSmarts and stuff like that because he's a veterinary technician. And when I would go in, it's just like, I'm gonna hang out in the employee lounge room, even though I'm really surprised that they let me in there because my dad wasn't a PetSmarts employee. So I would just go into this establishment's employee room and nobody knew what the hell I was. And I would watch Frasier. So, kind of did the same thing with King of the Hill. I never really got it, but I liked Frasier as a kid. So who knows? I'm just strange.
Maybe you should give it another shot. Especially.
Well, apparently it's coming back.
Yep, that's what I was about to say, but you kept interrupting me.
Exactly. It's the meme. I can't stop.
Let's see what else. Succotash. Adorable. Everyone loves him.
Of course.
I mean, that's all anyone needs to know. I caught him sleeping on my keyboard, being a fake gamer cat while I was trying to play Apex.
I saw that. He is a very cute kitty.
He is trying to get back into gaming, trying to get my life together. The usual, bullshit that I say. Ethan decided to be a creep, and he found my house, and he put a package in my mailbox.
He gave me his address, and I definitely put my junk in his mailbox.
Yeah, it was a blackmail letter with photos that I don't know how he got.
Definitely.
So I'm actually here against my will. I escaped from his basement because he moved to a place without a basement.
I did. I'm on the second floor. There is no basement to have. But let's be honest. I didn't have to blackmail you. You want to hear what I think about Insomnium?
Anyways, he was kind enough to give me the first Dresden File book, which I will read at some point in my life.
I bought 2 copies. I gave one to you, and I gave one to my dad, because my dad, I kind of picked up reading because he always had like Harry Potter and a bunch of books like that lying around. But maybe I shouldn't care about what he reads, because he also owns all of the Twilight books.
Gross.
Yeah, it's very odd, but I got one for him too, and he's liking it so far. So that's surprising, because he's like 60, and it's weird when we both like something.
And the only reason that I'm I'll read it eventually is I'm currently in the middle of a series, and I'm on the book that at the time they were like, this is the final book. It even says it on the cover. The final book in the Edge Chronicles series. And then they released 3 more.
Yeah, that's Maximum Ride did that, and it came back twice after doing that twice.
But I'm actually really enjoying this book. It is set extremely far we're talking like 200 years further in the future, and it's cool because and they don't hide this at all, so it's not a spoiler, but you're following basically the son of the last character in the series, or not the son, but like a descendant of the last character. You're getting a bunch of closure of things that you didn't know from the 9 books previous that they just didn't close, and they're linking stuff and everything. It's quite wonderful. They're doing a fantastic job. I'm a third of the way through the book so far. I just got to part 2. It's cool. It's a really cool book. I'm really enjoying it. Netflix, hurry up and get on this goddamn shit and just do a Castlevania animation of it.
I will also plead to Netflix to pick up the rights for a Dresden Files show, because apparently Jim Butcher has been trying to do that, and the last show was not very good. So
rough. But I just think it's a wonderful world that doesn't, even though it's fantasy, it's not magic fantasy per se. Anything that would kind of seem mystical for the most part is just the physics of the actual world and the nature of the biology of the creatures. They're not casting fireballs or anything, but some of the creatures can mind read and shit like that. Yeah, it's cool. It's a really cool series. I really enjoy it. I'm happy that I got back into it, and I'm glad that I've been reading them extremely fast, because it's allowing me to maintain details, because there will be callbacks to other things that happened in other books that you'll totally forget about.
Yeah.
It was in the second or third book, you run into this knight who is basically undead and everything, and another one that's murdering people and cutting off their toes. And then fast forward to the 8th book, and you actually find out who those characters originally were before they went insane.
Yeah. Dresden does that a lot too. Except I'm 12 books in,
right? And
sometimes they start calling stuff back that happens at specific parts in book 5. My brain hurts because I've gone pretty much one after the other, and it's a lot of information to take in.
Yeah. Well, so they give you 2 options to read the first 9 books. which was you can either read them in the order that they were originally written in, which is the first 3 books are about one character. Right. Then the 4th book is about a character in the past from the first 3 books. The 5th, 6th, and 7th books are about a character that's in the future from the first 3 books. Mm-hmm. And then the 8th and 9th book go back to that character that was all the way in the past. And each of them are kind of like succession after succession. So it's like the one that's all the way in the past is like the first generation talked about. The next one is the exact next generation. And the one after that's like maybe a generation or 2 separated in terms of like family timeline. And then the 10th book's like 200 years in the future. And it's like 1920s-esque, steampunky, maybe not 1920s. No, 1920s, because like huge factory settings and everything. Just no cars.
Gotcha. Okay.
Why would you need cars when you have flying ships?
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, anyways, other than that, the only other thing that I have in terms of news of my life is I am planning on doing a big thing, which is going through my entire music library and listening to all the albums.
Huh.
Because I just want to kind of go that's why I was deleting a bunch of stuff that I'm like, I don't listen to this at all. And to give a total amount, that is 5,331 songs, which is 44 gigabytes. And it's 18 days, 3 hours, and 53 minutes music.
Nice.
Yeah.
I used to have tons and tons and tons and tons of music. And I think I still might on my laptop. But on my desktop, I just don't have that much in terms of like digital music anywhere.
But you also do Spotify versus...
It's true.
Me, where I actually like buy the physical CD and then strip it onto my computer.
Yeah, that's true. I do own a lot of albums. I just I haven't taken the best care of them, especially the ones that are in my car.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one of those Bluetooth players so I could stop worrying about my CDs. What I used to do was I would just burn a copy of the CD. And that way when that, it was just a burnt copy and not the actual CD. Why don't we get into the appetizer? See, I didn't say meat and potatoes today.
Yeah, there's a lot of news we could be going over right now. I think the most prevalent, keep in mind, this is Tuesday, the 30th of March, and a lot of stuff kind of dropped yesterday, the 29th, about this, of a rapper is known as Lil Nas X, most famously known in the past for his #1 single, Old Town Road. It's making the Christians uppity, to put it lightly.
The Christians, they're never uppity about anything.
They're never uppity about it. Mitch, do you want to take the reins on this?
I actually have not paid attention much, except Satan is involved.
Okay, yeah. So there's a lot of Satan involved. The particular article I have popped up just to like have the reminder of, hey, let's talk about this, is about Satan shoes.
Ooh.
Literally, just like it's a limited edition pair of shoes. There's 666 of them. It has a Bible verse on it that I don't know what it is. It's Luke 10:18. I should probably look that up, shouldn't I? Luke 10:8. Of course, it's the first thing that pops up. And then he said unto him, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Okay, fair enough. So Lil Nas X dropped a new song the other day with a very interesting video. Actually, the clips I've seen, very artsy, very artful. It was very interesting. It's a song by the name of Montero, parentheses, Call Me By Your Name. In the video, I have not listened to the song, but in the video, he descends into hell on a stripper pole and then gives Satan a lap dance before killing Satan and then becoming Satan. I'm like, all right, that's pretty metal. But here's the thing. everyone is upset about it for some reason, because apparently no artist can do anything anymore because people expect all celebrities to be kid-friendly, and if not, they'll complain about it online.
Yeah. But, cancel culture, it's new. It's a new thing.
Let's look. Say what you say. I'm about to go on a rant.
Oh, boy. None of that book burning or D&D worship hating or the metal trials or the video game ESRB.
Yeah, you basically took the topic of my rant. Let's be completely clear. Outrage culture, cancel culture, whatever you were talking about, whatever it's called right now, has existed forever. Salem
witch trials.
We used to throw people into the lion's den. Cat, come on, dude.
Ethan trying to cancel Woody.
Yeah, so people are like, oh man, we've never tried to cancel anything like these dang old liberals.
Grandpa, you literally flipped out when a person of color drank from your fountain.
Yeah, let's go back to like some of the earliest things I remember. You know what was considered offensive back in the day? Elvis.
That was pretty offensive.
Yeah, Elvis was considered offensive by the way he danced. Their whole, I think it was a running joke or a stereotype or something where it's like he had to be, any video of Elvis had to be shot from the waist up, essentially. Because people were uppity about it, He was very sensual when he moved, so people got upset. It's the devil. Rock and roll has always been the devil's music. Then Black Sabbath hit.
And then before rock and roll, it was the blues.
The blues was the devil's music. Literally, there's the story of the guy that sold his soul at the crossroads.
Yeah, I always forget his name.
It has always existed. Black Sabbath, devil worship. Thrash metal, Slayer, devil worship. Then we go into
even before thrash metal, you had Judas Priest, who literally had Led Zeppelin with the whole you play their lyrics backwards and.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about the backwards music thing. The evil Kiss. Have you listened to Kiss?
Okay, to be fair, I wouldn't want my kids listening to Kiss either.
Okay, but fair enough. But like, have you? Kiss does not sound like a satanic band, but oh no, it stood for Knights in Satan's Service, and they had long hair, so they were evil, even though you know who always has long hair in every depiction of him ever? Jesus. And you friggin' he already mentioned I love it. D&D, Mortal Kombat, all this other stuff that people have tried to cancel over the
Let's not forget the full motion video game.
Death Race. Going way before that. Death Race. One of the earliest video game controversies known to man. It literally was basically stick figures running over other stick figures. And people were like, is video game violence gone too far? That was like in Doom. The 60s or the 70s. Doom. Ugh.
God, Doom. I still one of my favorite pictures of old times is it's a news article and it's like Christian moms against Doom guy, and then it's just a picture of Doom guy giving the like what the fuck shrug because he literally kills demons.
It's super dumb. I wasn't expecting to get into like a rant about the Satanic Panic. The Satanic Panic! It was a whole Satanic era. Panic. It was a whole era. There have been like I was introduced to it based from a Chilluminati episode where they talked to a guy named Airdorf Games who created the Faith games, which are newer horror games that kind of take inspiration from the whole Satanic Panic era from the 70s. In the 70s, you had
Mortis.
But you had people thinking that Satanists ran daycares across the country and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's astounding how, one, obviously humanity never fucking learns. I mean,
no, not at all.
Literally, we are repeating 1918 currently with the current pandemic and how people are reacting to it.
Mm-hmm. McCarthyism.
McCarthyism. Let's. I just want to bring this up. People. Anti-vaccine's not new. It's still dumb, but it ain't new. It might have gotten a resurgence lately, but anti-vaccines have been around since vaccines were first a thing. Before they were, before they were even like shots that had like the virus preserved and broken down. Because before that, it was literally, oh, here's the infected pus of a person. I'm going to inject this into you, and there we go.
Inhaling ashes, I think, was a thing too.
I'm not sure about that one, but that's not me going and denying it. It's more I just have never heard that.
It was inhaling something, infected tissue, something like that. Same idea.
Yeah. I mean, because literally the first quote unquote vaccine was utilizing cowpox to prevent smallpox, and it worked. Cowpox was a much less severe, less deadly form of the virus. Yeah, I mean, the guy who did the vaccine, I want to say was Louis Pasteur, who also invented the pasteurization method, literally took his son, cut open a small lesion on his arm, cut open a cowpox lesion, drained the fluid in that. A kid got cowpox. Luckily didn't get any other horrible infection.
Yeah.
And then he literally took his son to like smallpox houses and was like, yeah, stay in here, breathe in the good old air, maybe touch some people. And he didn't get smallpox. And
have these blankets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that too dark? Should I take that out?
No, that's fine. Like, we can keep that in.
It's a historic joke. It's a historic joke.
But yeah, it's like cancel culture has always existed. Sometimes it's good to cancel things. It's society growing. Sometimes people think things are getting canceled and it's not. The Dr. Seuss books, that was the family's decision, not people going outraged about it.
Oh, dude. I have...
Same with the Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head thing. No one was screaming.
They changed. That was the equivalent of changing a folder name on your desktop.
Yeah, I mean, it literally, no one was screaming, I'm sure there was probably some idiot that was being over intense, but like the majority of people, no, like, look, no one cared.
5 people not liking something does not mean it's being canceled.
Yeah.
5 people not liking an Eminem lyric does not mean that Eminem is attempting to be canceled, which, by the way, wouldn't even be the first time Eminem has tried to been quote unquote canceled. The FCC and the government tried to cancel Eminem back in the early 2000s.
He literally has a song about that happening.
Yeah, I'm thinking, it's Without Me. Jeez, it's so ridiculous. I cannot stand people. And let's be honest, it's all media stuff. Not all of it, but a lot of it is the media. You know, people don't read. They won't read past the headline. And admittedly, that's what we do sometimes on this show, but it's all music related, and we're not trying to get people angry about things. So
it's usually just Corey Taylor saying something.
And it's it's just Corey Taylor.
You know, before you get, angry about something that you barely know about, read up on it, learn about it, and don't learn about it from your little, closed in group of friends or whatever, or like your Reddit group that's very biased. Go to the people that like it and just find out about it. You might learn you might not like it, but you might learn that it ain't terrible. We're not asking you to join the cult and, sarin gas an entire subway tunnel or anything. Just,
also,
felt like adding dark humor. But, to give an example, my mother, love her to death. she's a great lady, was not really happy about me getting into metal. And furthermore, piercings and tattoos, she didn't care about the long hair. There was some resistance when I was like a lot younger, when I was like, ooh, Ozzy's cool. She eventually bought me an Ozzy Osbourne like best of CD, and it had things like Crazy Train and Bark of the Moon and Over the Mountain, the good stuff. Mr. Crowley. Oh.
Mr. Crowley. Yep.
Bang.
Great song.
Yeah. But, she was a little uncomfortable with it because she didn't know shit about it. And I mean, let's be honest, people, metal kind of scary when you don't know what the hell's going on. And you have bands like named Cannibal Corpse and Cattle Decapitation and Anal Fister. I'm sure there's a metal band called Anal Fister, let's be honest.
I know that there's a band called Sister Fister.
Well, there we go.
No, sorry, that was Mr. Sister Fister, and that was a past project from Infant Annihilator.
Infant Annihilator, Butcher Babies, the good old stuff. Anyways, like, I get that. And like,
I haven't thought about the band Butcher Babies in so long.
I mean, also, yeah, I mean, who would? But it's also a play on word because, the two leads are female vocalists. So they're the babies being butchered. Ha. Anyways, I got into the metal and I kind of just slowly like explained to her like what it is and why I like it. And eventually, especially when I got into the more complex, more pretty stuff like Opeth, Gojira, Septic Flesh, Insomnium, Dark Tranquility, blah, 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 yeah. People know what I like. She understood it as more of a, oh, this is my son being musical as shit, and it just happens to not be classical. But at the same time it is. And she actually like fully supports it. She doesn't like my music per se, but she's like, I'm impressed by it. It's cool. I'm glad you like it. And like, once I finally got my piercings and tattoo, they're like, oh, you're not going to get 50 piercings? I'm like, oh, no. I just want the ones because I thought they looked nice. Done. And like, I'm not going to get a tattoo on my face. I want sleeves, but tattoos are pricey.
They are pricey. I've always wanted one, but I'm broke and I'm a wuss. So,
but that was the nice thing. And this is my point being, I had open dialogue with my mother and my father. And while they don't fully understand it because they're not a part of the culture, they're open to it. And it's also the reason that I was allowed to play rated M games at the age of 4. Like, I wasn't playing Grand Theft Auto, but I was playing Doom and Quake with my dad. And they were like, okay, this isn't real. You're not going to go shoot up a school. For anyone that is wondering, I was born right around the corner from Columbine. So,
well, and yeah, that goes right back into the conversation.
Not actual location.
Well, and that idea goes right back into the conversation of people being completely over the top with how they're reacting to things like Marilyn Manson is causing kids to shoot up schools and panic,
Yeah, and it's like
delusions.
It's okay to like be scared and not understand and be worried, but just have an open dialogue with the people that like that stuff. 9 times out of 10, you're going to find out that like they aren't going to do that shit. And I'm saying 9 times out of 10, but that's a made up number. It's probably more than that. Hopefully.
Also, don't go to school tomorrow. Anyway,
oh my god, what the fuck? Ethan, no! Ethan!
It's fine. I don't go to school. I work at one, though. There's a...
Ethan!
Just, for legal reasons, that is a joke. It actually is a joke. I'm not going... I don't even own a gun. I shouldn't own a gun.
That is very true.
So Lil Nas X, I'm supportive in the fact that he's an artist and he's doing what he wants and he has every right to do what he wants, and you guys should probably just chill out. So
maybe go play some Doom.
Maybe play some Doom. Maybe also realize that. But what about that's an old South Park bit, isn't it? Like, but won't someone think of the children? It's like maybe you should talk to your kids.
Go talk to your kids. Let your kids play Doom.
And, maybe explain to them why WAP isn't, like, an appropriate song for them. Don't just be like, well, Cardi B shouldn't be played. Like, Cardi B has every right to be played. I don't like it.
And then immediately after you have that conversation with them, just let them listen to Gorgoroth. They'll be fine.
Balances. You gotta... Yeah. You show your kid Finding Nemo, then you gotta show him Apocalypse Now. It's all about balance.
So let's do a lighthearted comedy and then another lighthearted comedy. Full Metal Jacket. I know we're trying to move on, but I will say I always love how people are like, "Man, Full Metal Jacket's so funny. What happened?"
Yeah, like
I've never seen it, but I know that the whole thing is like super funny boot camp. Oh my god, why did this go to real war?
Yeah, the intro, like, it has funny... I've never seen all of it, but I know of it. It has funny moments, but then, like, the last half is, like, brutal or something like that. But it's also a Kubrick movie, so, yeah.
That's like saying, hey, I'm going to watch a Quentin Tarantino movie, and, like, you haven't seen blood for the first half of the movie. You should probably wonder where the blood's going to come in.
And Quentin Tarantino movies, usually pretty funny. At least...
Yeah?
No, though out of the two I've watched, Reservoir Dogs isn't very funny.
Wait, you've only seen 2 Quentin Tarantino movies?
Yeah, I've only seen Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. I want to watch more, I just haven't had a chance.
I need to watch... did he do Fight Club, or was that somebody else?
No, that was somebody else. Also, Fight Club, super overrated.
Yeah... Also, 90% of the typically men who watch it get the wrong meaning of the entire movie.
Yeah, sure do. So,
but
let's go to something a little more lighthearted. But finish what you were going to say first.
The only Quentin Tarantino movies I've seen is Pulp Fiction, which I absolutely love, and Inglourious Bastards.
I want to watch that one.
I remember it being all right. I would probably need to rewatch it because I saw it when it came out, and I'm pretty sure I was like 16, so I probably didn't fully get it.
Oh, probably not. But Pulp Fiction, though.
Pulp Fiction is great.
Great movie.
The other one that I need to see is the Kill Bill movies.
Yeah, I figured that those might be my next go. I also thought about Django or...
I forgot about Django Unchained.
Yeah, or maybe that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I've heard Django's brutal, though.
Extremely brutal, but very good.
One of the guitarists for Fleshbore, when I was talking to, it was Cole, he was like, I went to go see that movie with a buddy of mine, and throughout half of it, I'm like, haha, white guilt, white guilt. So I'm just like, let's get to something a little bit more lighthearted, because we've been going for an hour and a half already. The headline only thing, do as I say, not as I do. Elton John confirms he has done something with Metallica. That's kind of, yeah. Yeah, so I'm not a big Elton John guy. Benny and the Jets makes me want to kill myself. But, I respect Elton John. I think you kind of have to, in terms of, like, him as a important musician. So I'm interested to see what he does. Hopefully it's better than the last artist that Metallica worked with, Lou Reed. I can't imagine that it would be any worse than Lulu.
I don't think that's even possible.
So there's not much information about it, but he has done something with Metallica. I'm kind of looking forward to that. I forgot within this article, they're also mentioning that Miley Cyrus said she's doing a Metallica covers album, which I'm actually kind of interested in hearing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard her actual rock singing voice, and it's not half bad.
She's not terrible.
She's a good artist. She's a talented artist. I'm just not big on her original music all that much.
It's pretty much the same as like Beyonce to me. Like, I recognize Beyonce as an amazing vocalist. Her music is horrendous.
All the single ladies. Look, all the single ladies slaps, though. You gotta... Was Beyonce in Destiny's Child?
Yes. She was one of the 3 childs.
Yes. Okay. For some reason, I always confuse them and the Spice Girls.
That's... yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know. Kind of see that. Yeah. Anyways.
I have Gojira news. I actually have a triple thing of Gojira news.
I'm sorry. I believe Mitchell has Gojira news. Who's the Gojira guy?
How many articles do you have? Because I have 3 of them.
Just go. It hurt my feelings. It's fine.
Why don't you talk about their single?
Really? You're gonna let me
talk about the song?
Gojira came out with a 3rd single for their new album. It is called Amazonia, and it's kind of different.
It's very boingy.
It is. It actually reminds me a lot of their 2nd album, but with better production. A lot of people are comparing it to Sepultura's or Sepultura, however you want to pronounce it. Because I probably pronounced it wrong. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's Sepultura.
Okay, well that one, their very famous song "Roots, Bloody Roots." I don't know if I fully agree with that. I kind of get the sentiment with that whole like South American tribal feel vibe going on, and it was good. It was interesting. I don't know if it's kind of like with Magma, where I'm like, when I heard the singles for Magma, I was like, yeah, no,
yeah.
And then Magma came out, and then I was like, this is all right.
Yeah. So I still think the best single they've put out so far is probably Born for One Thing.
Which I also agree with that sentiment.
Amazonia is definitely interesting. I do like the different instrumentation that's in there. I do like it more than Another World. I still think Another World's probably the weakest single out of the 3 so far. So I'm interested to see where it goes, because it's not the first time that they've... I was about to say Meshuggah, but it's the first time. It's not the first time Gojira has kind of used different and weird instrumentation. The only other thing the main thing I can think of is the very different style of percussion being used at the beginning of The Art of Dying.
Yep, which was all done by Mario still.
Yeah, so I'm still excited. I think Fortitude, which is their new album, comes out next month.
It does, and I have it on pre-order, so I definitely will be talking about it when I get it. But yeah, I mean, I trust Gojira to make good music. Whether I'm going to like it or not is a different thing, because I really enjoyed their 3 block of like amazing album, which is From Mars to Sirius all the way up to L'Enfant Sauvage.
I have successfully made a new Gojira fan, so that's cool.
Yes.
He really digs them.
They're a great band. They're definitely important. They're changing sound, and that's totally their right to do, just like Opeth did. And whether I like it or not, it's going to happen, and that's totally fine. But at the same time, make Opeth growl again.
Make Opeth growl again. I'd be for it.
Yeah.
The next thing I had on them was Joe was saying that he wants Fortitude to inspire the best in people. So it seems like the lyrically it's going to be a bit more maybe upbeat, which I'm kind of excited for. He says Magma was a little dark, and
okay, I guess, yeah. It's weird because they do have a lot of songs that are about, like, granted, like spirituality and dying and stuff like that, but they also have songs that are like a lot of inner strength stuff. and like dealing with bad emotions and stuff. I mean, like Explosia is totally about like overcoming anger and stuff like that. I don't know if I would necessarily call Magma dark, but I guess I could see that. But that's cool.
In this article, he was saying that it's a little bit darker because they were expressing some intense emotions related to the departure of his mother.
Yeah, the very first song on the album, God, what is that one called? The entire song is about their mom passing away. Shooting Star.
Yeah, Shooting Star. It's a good song.
So, it's a great song. Very emotional. Very heavy. One other thing, which he might have been about to bring up, but it's right in my face right now, is Gojira, Metallica, and Sepultura are donating items to the Amazonian auction. Amazonia auction. So, you know, they're donating items, donating money. I think a part of Fortitude's pay is actually going towards the Amazonia project and everything. So, which I believe, if I'm correct, I'm not looking at an article for this, so, you know, don't take my word on it, is to, like, replant trees in the Amazon rainforest and everything.
Yeah.
Because deforestation's pretty bad down there.
Sure is. And then the last Gojira article, it's just a headline thing, says Gojira frontman says he owes his career plus his marriage to Metallica.
I forgot that he was married. I forgot him and his brother are married. Pretty sure Mario
says when
married.
Gojira were on tour with the thrash legends in Europe years and years ago, Duplantier met his wife while he was out at the bar with Lars Ulrich in Lithuania. And apparently, he says Lars is practically his kid's godfather. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know he had a kid.
Yeah. So he has kids. I would honestly really love a Gojira Metallica collaboration at some point. I feel like that'd be really cool.
I'm still waiting for that Gojira Meshuggah collab.
That would also be really cool. I mean, Meshuggah
did you listen to Blood and Salt, by the way?
Not yet. I kept forgetting.
Shame.
I need to look it up. I know. But I've been getting distracted by those dank new Gojira tracks, brother.
True. Fair.
Speaking of other singles, I'll talk about those before I have this this last music news announcement, which is just stupid, but I love it. Cannibal Corpse dropped another single. They've dropped two. I think we briefly brought it up on the last episode. They had a song called Inhumane Harvest, and it was pretty good. It's a Cannibal Corpse song. They released another single for their next album called Violence Unimagined, and the new single is called Murderous Rampage. It's very good, actually. Most of the time when I'm listening to like a newer Cannibal Corpse song, I usually enjoy it, but most of the time it's like, this is Cannibal Corpse. It's good, but it's nothing like groundbreaking. And it's not that this song is particularly groundbreaking, but I also really, really like this particular single. It's very fast, very chaotic, has some interesting parts here and there. I think it's a very good single. I think it is a little bit better than the last one they put out, and I am very excited for the next Cannibal Corpse record.
Now, here's the question. Do you have the headline for the other Cannibal Corpse news involving a certain special guest?
Oh, are you talking about the one for Cher?
Yeah, I thought it was just interesting to touch up on.
Yeah, I did not pull that up, but if you want to talk about that real quick, you can.
Yeah, so I guess Cher and Corpse Grinder, the lovely Cher and Corpse Grinder, were in the same studio at the same time, and she just happened to listen to a new Cannibal Corpse song, and he apologized to her because he was like, well, Cher will never like my music, and she fucking loved it. She's like, no, this is great. And then she made the comment, honey, I was metal before you were even born. And that was just amazing.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. I want Cher to guest on the next Cannibal Corpse album.
That would be amazing. And you know what? Like,
I'd listen to
anytime somebody tells me that metal isn't music, I'm going to be like, well, Cher likes Cannibal Corpse, so fuck you.
Also, they actually do have a track listing for the next Cannibal Corpse album. Maybe I shall go through that real quick. It's going to be 11 tracks. They did officially replace Pat O'Brien on guitar because, if I recall, he was arrested a few years back due to assault, I believe. And they found like a bunch of unregistered weapons and stuff in his house.
Oh, so, I kind of remember that. And then Cannibal Corpse was smart to be like, yeah, we don't associate with him anymore.
Yeah, so I believe, I can't remember if it's Rob Barrett or Eric Rutan, but one of those two replaced him. It's actually the guy that's produced the last couple of, he produced the Kill trilogy.
Ow.
You're right. Oh, ow. Succotash?
Succotash attacking the feet. Succotash attacking the feet.
So they actually got the producer of Kill, Torture, Evisceration Plague, and Red Before Black to join on guitar. So, and I think it has added a little bit of a difference into the music, and I think it's really, really cool. The new songs are sounding good. We have 11 tracks for the new album called Violence Unimagined. Number 1, Murderous Rampage. It's one of the singles. Number 2, Necrogenic Resurrection. Number 3, Inhumane Harvest. That's the other single. Number 4, Condemnation Contagion. Number 5, Surround, Kill, Devour. Number 6, Ritual Annihilation. Number 7, Follow the Blood. Number 8, Bound and Burned. Number 9, Slowly Sawn. Number 10, Over Torture. And number 11, Cerements of the Flayed. All in all, it's another Cannibal Corpse album.
Yeah, that sounds like a Cannibal Corpse album. Though, what was that one track? What was it? Surround, Kill, and Torture or something like that?
Number 5, Surround, Kill, Devour.
Yeah, I love that Slipknot track. Making a reference to their one song that you made, album you made me listen to. That had a
Meat, Feed, format. Kill, Repeat.
Yes. This isn't funny. Cut this out.
It's not funny, so I'm going to leave it in.
Why would but you shooting up a school is cool to keep in.
I did not say I was going to shoot up a school. I said people shouldn't go to school tomorrow. I did not say that. And then the last single that popped up was a new Aesop Rock single. Mitch and I are both fairly big Aesop Rock fans. So I'm
big, but you
like Aesop Rock. I am a big Aesop Rock fan. New single called Long-Legged Larry. It's a little bit different than his other tracks. It's dumb, but it's meant to be. It knows exactly what it is. Music video is really cool, though. It's all, what's it called?
Claymation. Stop motion.
Stop motion. It's a stop motion video. I actually really do like the video. I think it's very cute. I don't know if it's true, but based on one of the comments, maybe in the past, Aesop has talked about wanting to do like a kind of a nursery rhyme kind of kids-ish album. Like I said, I don't know if that's true or not, but it is the second song he has released that kind of has that vibe. Back in 2016, he released a song called My Belly, which is about him in the POV of an otter. It's very cute. Oh. I like that song a lot, actually. So, yeah, it's dumb. It's meant to be, but I like it for what it is. It's a new Aesop Rock song. So,
all right, I still have some music news.
I got one more thing.
Go ahead.
Meatloaf, classic metal guy Meatloaf, announces reality. What's up?
Can we talk about one thing?
Sure.
How similar I look to Meatloaf.
You do kind of look like Meatloaf.
I kind of look like Meatloaf. Like,
if I put a septum ring in there and gave him longer hair, yeah, you'd look. You look like Meatloaf. You look like Meatloaf,
but like young Meatloaf, not current old Meatloaf. God, please, no.
True. So Meatloaf announces reality TV dating show. I do anything for love, but I won't do that. And that's all. And that's all of the news I have. That's all the music news I have.
Back to
Give me
Mitch.
1 second. I have to pee. And
oh my
it's
God.
super hot in here. I'm gonna kill you. We've been recording for a while. I've drank 4 Diet Pepsis.
Whose fault is that?
I don't have my headphones on, so your scathing comments aren't heard.
Bitch. Right, welcome back. So, a news article that I'm very happy to read. Former Chelsea Grin guitarist Dan Jones begins training to become general surgeon. In other words, he's actually doing some with his life because Chelsea Grin's garbage.
Jesus Christ. Dang. Yeah.
Oh, the big thing. The important thing. The very important thing. Guys. It's so fucking important. I cannot even stress it enough. What? Why are you going,
Get on with it.
Oh. I'm mostly stalling because I forgot a name. Meshuggah news.
Oh, yeah.
Per Nilsson. Out of the band. Gone. Because Mr. Thordendal is back.
Whew.
Yeah. So, for people that didn't know, Fredrik Thordendal had departed from Meshuggah, I believe, for medical reasons, if I'm correct.
I thought the rumor was he was doing another solo album.
He did leave, and I forget why, but it was purely leaving for like touring, if I remember correct, because he was still on The Violent Sleep of Reason. If I remember correctly, like he was having inner ear issues or something like that. Did you know he made contribution towards the soundtracks of Wolfenstein: The New Order and Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus?
No, I did not.
I did not either. So I could be wrong about the whole reason he was gone, but he was gone for about 2 solid years. And Per Nilsson, for people that don't know, he is the guitarist, lead singer, or backup singer. It's hard to tell. There are a lot of vocalists in Scar Symmetry, but he's a part of Scar Symmetry. He filled in because he is a Strandenberg guitar playing motherfucker who plays 8-string and is really good at doing it. So he can play Meshuggah.
Did I tell you about the time that he replied to a stupid joke I made online?
Oh, yeah. No, you didn't, but that doesn't surprise me because, like, I follow him. I thought we were friends on Facebook, so now I'm kind of hurt. Wow. I'm actually kind of hurt now. Per, what the fuck, man? I thought we were cool.
Yeah, on the initial post of him, like, joining the band, I jokingly, but can he play Bleed? And he replied, it's like, I'm certainly going to do my best. I'm like,
aw. Wholesome.
Yeah.
He could have easily just sent you a video of him shredding Bleed.
Yeah. So that happened, and I was like, I hope you were aware I was just joking.
Yeah. No, but I see him reply to stuff all the time. He's replied to me a couple of times. I'm also on the next Scar Symmetry album, so.
Whenever it happens.
Well, that's the beautiful thing. This is also Scar Symmetry news, because in his post about leaving Meshuggah, he's like, first and foremost, Scar Symmetry is my main objective now. Finally, Neo-Humanity 2 is coming out. This is supposed to be a triple album. Neo-Humanity came out, and like, don't send me Pokemon memes on Facebook. Though that is funny as fuck. So yeah, I can't even remember when Neo-Humanity came out. Oh, and I was wrong. He's been in Per has been in Meshuggah since 2016.
Ah, that is a long time.
That is a long time. So I think Thordendal came back to record, but Per has been filling in for touring side of it. Kind of like that one guitar player of Sectiflex that wants to just do insurance and not tour, but he'll still write the music. I still think that's, I want to sell insurance, guys. I'm pretty sure that's what his thing was. But yeah, so that's really cool, and I'm excited. It's big news. I'm happy to hear it. I'm happy to hear that Fredrik Thordendal's back for whatever reason that he may have left. I'll do my one TV thing, which happens to also be video game related, surprisingly. Apparently, there is a BioShock Netflix series in the works.
Ooh.
I think that will actually really work well as long as they're doing like rapture before things happen. And like as it's falling through, and you're not just following, the silent protagonist Jack as he murders things. Maybe they'll do that. Maybe it'll work out. There was originally a movie concept for that, in which I can't remember who the director was. I do remember that Johnny Depp was going to play Cohen, which was the deranged musician in BioShock.
It's been so long since I've played BioShock.
It was one of the final missions in BioShock. But he was like a sculptor, photographer, musician. Yes, you should replay BioShock.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're doing a Netflix series. And, I had one guy comment, like, when was the last time they made a good video game movie TV show? And I was like,
I saw that.
I mean, he was like Castlevania. The new Mortal Kombat movie's looking pretty sick, not going to lie.
It does look interesting. It does look interesting.
The Witcher? I know, like, The Witcher is technically based on book series, but whatever.
Yeah, but nobody actually, like, knows that.
Detective Pikachu, Kirby, Sonic Boom. It's not.
Apparently, the new Sonic movie wasn't bad.
Yeah, Sonic Boom, not a good show, but it has hilarious writing. Tales of the Abyss and Higurashi, which are both animes based on video games, pretty solid. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Ethan, please, for the love of God, take over.
I have a couple of movie news. First of all, a certain movie comes out tomorrow. Ooh. At the time of recording this. It is Godzilla vs. Kong, and a lot of the early reviews are quite positive. It's also been making bank overseas. It's made like $130 million over the weekend, which is almost the same amount that Joker made its opening weekend, and that was pre-COVID. And this is only for overseas stuff. So it's kind of exciting. Apparently the movie is pretty good, other than, the human element not being super great. But apparently the visuals and the fighting is awesome. I am very excited. I don't know if I'm going to go see it tomorrow or this weekend. I would like to go see it tomorrow if possible. But I'm excited for that. And then I also just remembered that they released have you seen the trailer for the next Suicide Squad movie?
I haven't, because
it's very funny. It's very funny.
Is Will Smith going to be in it again?
No, they actually replaced him with Idris Elba, I think.
Huh. Interesting.
If you know who that is.
I don't.
He's a fairly well-known actor. He was. There were some people calling for him to be the next James Bond. And, of course, people were mad because he isn't white, because outrage culture. But, no, he's playing Deadshot in this movie. But there's also a character named King Shark, and he's actually played by Sylvester Stallone. Voiced by Sylvester Stallone, and he's my favorite part of the trailer. I highly recommend watching it. It's very funny. John Cena's in it. He's also very funny in it. Seriously, the trailer looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen Suicide Squad, the first one. I heard Jared Leto was awful in it, and I heard the movie was kind of bad overall. But this one actually looks kind of good. So we'll see how that goes. Speaking of trailers, though, a trailer dropped today for Spiral, a movie that is in the same world as Saw. I have concerns.
Yeah, I'm not liking where this is going.
First of all, it's another Saw movie. Gross. Second of all, it's produced by Chris Rock.
Oh, okay.
And it also stars Chris Rock.
Okay.
And let me tell you, Chris Rock trying to be serious does not sound right. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
Is Chris Rock known for his horror movies and also horror directing and acting?
No, but he's not directing. He just apparently had a hand in writing the story, but so did James Wan, who was the original, one of the original writers for Saw. He's known for comedies.
Yeah, I know he is. That was a joke.
No, I mean, I didn't know.
But, I mean, then again, so was Jordan Peele?
Let's not insult Jordan Peele.
You're right. He actually makes quality horror movies.
Yeah. Jordan Peele, chef's kiss. Great writer, great director.
I still have not seen a single one of his movies, but I have heard nothing but great
Get
things.
Out is great. Get Out is very, very good. I highly recommend it. I thought Us was okay. Certainly had its moments, but...
How are you thinking that Candyman's going to go?
Spiral, you mean? Oh, no, Candyman, right. Here's the thing. I didn't like the original Candyman, so I don't know. The trailer looked cool. It's kind of the same thought I had when they dropped the trailer for It, the chapter 1, because I didn't like the original It either. But then the trailer was like, oh, this actually looks pretty interesting. Not gonna lie. Then again, it's been forever since I've watched Candyman, and I've heard it's a good movie, and maybe I should rewatch it again. But I assume it would be pretty... I assume that if Peele is in the director's seat, it'll probably be pretty good. It's kind of like Ari Aster. You know, Hereditary, Midsommar, anything that he does, I'm probably going to assume is some sort of quality, whether or not that I understand the movie or if it's good, who knows, but visually it'll be stunning. Apparently he's doing a new movie and it's not going to be horror, so I'm interested in seeing what that happens. Anyway, I'm very iffy about Spiral. It's Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. So
this
I'm sure
is not sounding like a good lineup for a horror suspense.
Yeah, I mean... Look, I'm not going to act like the trailer was good. It wasn't. But will I watch it? Maybe. If reviews come out and they say, yeah, it's good, I'll take a look at it. I still haven't even seen the last couple of Saw movies. I went on a binge like 4 years ago, and I got up to Saw 6, I think, and I just haven't gone back yet. Not that I'm not interested in doing so, but...
I don't know. That sounds like plenty of Saw.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the first 3 movies are actually the first, I'll even say the first 4 movies are pretty fun. The first movie is the only one that I would call, like, good, though, in terms of just being, like, a good movie.
Did you know Mushroomhead did a song for one of the Saw movies?
Of course they did. Did you know that the late Chester Bennington was in Saw 7?
I did not.
He was an actor and he died.
We all
in
are
the
aware
movie.
That he did.
In the movie.
That's a different story.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Phrasing. Yeah, he died in the movie. Yeah, Spiral, Book of Saw, iffy about it.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
And I have 3 gaming news
Go for
articles. So let's have some from CD Projekt Red. First of all, I didn't have an article for this, but they did just drop another big update for Cyberpunk.
I don't know if they've dropped it yet, but
they announced it at least. So I'll be excited to see how that works. I have not touched Cyberpunk since the first time I tried to stream it, which has been like 2 months at this point. I'll see how it goes. But they announced that CD Projekt Red won't market new games until, quote, much closer to launch.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah,
but they're not the only ones. To be fair, they're not the only ones that have done this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And studios and publishers and marketing teams need to cool it.
Definitely. I can name a couple of things right off the top. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is a big one. People are getting mad that that's being delayed so much.
Metroid Prime 4.
Metroid Prime 4. Death Stranding was kind of like that for a little while.
Yeah.
No Man's
Elder Scrolls
Sky.
6.
Elder Scrolls 6, you know. So that was kind of a basic one, but yes, I would say that is probably a smart move. Also, apparently they are going to be parallel developing Witcher and Cyberpunk games at the same time.
If you have the staffing, sure, why not?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
If you don't have the staffing, maybe cool it.
Maybe you should
cool
fix
it down.
Cyberpunk first.
Yeah. Speaking of Cyberpunk, by the way, they're also rethinking about the whole multiplayer thing. Good call.
I didn't even realize there was going to be multiplayer.
There was. I believe they also, if I remember correctly, gave it to a different studio to do.
Yeah, that's never good.
that almost never works out well. Sometimes it does. I think Metroid Prime 2 Echoes multiplayer was another studio, and that was fun, but it was also only on the GameCube, so, you know.
Aliens, Colonial Marines.
We don't talk about aliens, Colonial Marines.
Colonial Marines. All of the issues were fixed. Most of the issues were fixed because of a typo in the code. One typo.
That still kills me that one typo.
I know.
Changed the AI pathing. But I mean that does show you how finicky code is.
Yeah, I can't code. It makes my brain hurt.
I can logic, I can't code. Thanks, philosophy.
That's weird because code is just logic.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't know coding languages, but because philosophy is based around logic problem solving, I can read logic. So like I can look at a code and kind of get what it's trying to say depending on what the language is. So like I can't, like if somebody showed me C script, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I totally know what that is. But I can get a sense of like what it's trying to say. So I probably could do programming if I was just willing to learn.
Yeah, I've been thinking about going into a coding boot camp, but they cost like $15,000.
I thought about doing Google's IT certification.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Intel, the fairly large CPU company, Intel will launch its anti-toxicity voice chat AI in beta later this year.
This sounds like a bad idea.
So it does off the top. However, it isn't like an automatic thing for everybody. Like, let's say you're playing Halo and you have this bot enabled. It only affects you. It doesn't affect...
okay, so this is an optional thing to have. It's not like game designers putting it into their games.
Correct. So let me scroll through here. While no demo was shown, it looks like the software will record speech as text, filtering out any abusive language and monitoring conversation temperature. Quote, types of profanity are also categorized, such as misogyny, name-calling, and racial hate speech. These can be toggled on and off, as well as a slider to scale the level of toxicity redacted from voice chat, with Intel's aim being to let players take control of their conversation. So it only affects you on your end. If you have something that says, look, I don't want to hear the C word or something like that.
Or the N word.
Or the N word or something like that. But apparently it's only for like text chat at the moment. No. This is talking about what Steam has. My bad. But yeah, so I actually thought it was kind of an interesting idea. When I first saw that too, I was like, oh no, that sounds like it's going to cause an uproar. And it definitely will if people don't actually read the article.
Yeah. Go back to original conversation about 30 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. And then my last thing is there's a new heavy metal themed adventure game coming out in May.
Oh, what is this?
It is a game called Of Bird and Cage.
All right.
I watched the trailer. It's a little weird. The closest thing I kind of equate it to is like maybe Life is Strange, but mixed with some more quick time events. It had, in the trailer, it had like alternate, it showed like, oh man, your character's running away. It's in first person. He comes to a fork in the road, and it's like you can go left or right, and you have like words popping up everywhere. So like I think your mental dialogue of like, oh, left or right. Then the video splits. It shows one person going to the left and one person going to the right, and shows what happens there. One person successfully gets through the next obstacle, and one person doesn't. It shows a lot of different stuff like that. It's interesting. It's just a little odd.
How is it heavy metal themed? That's where like. Is it like
The trailer has a lot of metal. The soundtrack features contributions from former and present members of Guns N' Roses, Epica, Within Temptation, Evanescence, Symphony X, Asking Alexandria, Camelot, Cobra, The Lotus, Gundown Horses, and more.
Wow, that is a diverse
It is
group.
Quite diverse. And the trailer had a lot of diversity, too. in terms of what music it was playing. Heavy metal, this is the blurb, heavy metal concept albums are indisputably the highest form of art, so it makes sense that somebody would want to make a heavy metal concept album that is also a game, the other highest form of art. That's what Of Burden Cage is and is releasing on Steam on May 20th. So... And I kind of got it while I was listening to the trailer. What was happening on screen was very similar to what was happening like lyrically in the songs. I'm not quite sure how it'll work, but I am interested. We'll have to see how it shakes out as time goes on.
For sure. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Mr.
That is
Carpenter?
all I got.
No. All right. Couple of things. As everyone knows, I'm a huge Titanfall fan. And Titanfall 3 is looking like it might actually be a thing. And daddy happy. That being said, data miners, which I only trust so much, have apparently data mined the next hero in Apex, which is the main bad guy in both Titanfall 1 and 2. But apparently, and this is where it's more important, they might be bringing Titans to Apex Legends. That's according to the data miners. And I don't know about that. They were mostly talking about like the character's ultimate will be summoning a Titan, which if that's true, I don't know how that will be handled because there is literally no anti-Titan weapons in Apex Legends. So, I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I only trust data miners so much because who knows how old the code is that they're data mining and blah, blah, blah. And yeah. But nonetheless, I'm still stoked. A couple of other things. There's a new Souls-like coming out, and it's PC only, and it looks like it's going to scratch that Bloodborne 2 itch because they are cowards and won't release Bloodborne 2. It's called, probably going to pronounce this wrong, Thymacia or Thymacia. It's spelled Thymesia. And you look like you play as like a plague doctor, and you have like a dagger and a short sword, and it's like fast-paced combat, lots of dodging and parrying and blocking. But you also have like magic spells where you summon like celestial weapons, like all of a sudden you'll pull a claymore or a scythe or throw a spear out of nowhere after you like parry. But it's like made out of like green magic energy, and it just looks fun. Also, they're finally they put up a trailer for Biomutant's gameplay. Biomutant was announced a while ago. I mean, a while ago. It is a very interesting game where you basically play as kung fu, raccoon, cat, animal things. Mm-hmm. And the whole like big thing about Biomutant that I fully understood is how you level up is through mutations. And so when you unlock something, your body actually physically mutates. So like you might develop wings or get a tentacle arm or a third arm or something like that. And post-apocalyptic, and it's a combination of both guns and swords, so it's kind of like Devil May Cry, and that's kind of how the gameplay also looked. Devil May Cry and Monster Hunter, because like a lot of the things you're fighting are big. I don't know if it's going to be any good. It looked interesting when I first saw it. I don't know if it's my type of gameplay combat, but we'll see. And then my favorite thing, as everyone knows, somebody decided to ram a ship into the Suez Canal and get it stuck. Furthermore,
and it cost the world so much money.
Furthermore, I don't know if this caused the whole getting stuck. It drew a dick on GPS.
Nice.
And I don't know, like I had to like double check, but that was like confirmed by like New York Post and a bunch of other news sites. Jeez. I really hope that it got stuck because it was trying to draw a dick. Because that would be amazing.
I just thought it was trying to turn around, which is almost just as stupid.
I mean, it might have at that juncture, but at some point on its journey, it did draw a dick. Jeez. And you can Google its GPS path and everything.
I did just remember a small gaming news thing.
Okay, well, you can hold your horses. You can hold your horses.
All right.
So the reason I brought it up is there's a beautiful, wonderful modder for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And if you flew over the Suez Canal, and I think you still can as of our recording, the Suez Canal ship will still be stuck.
I did see that, yeah.
So that Suez is wonderful. Canal. All right. Small video game news, go.
I think somebody put Godzilla in that game at some point too. But yeah, tomorrow are you aware of the fairly large roguelite Binding of Isaac?
Yeah, I'm aware of its existence.
Yep. A giant DLC pack that everybody's been super excited for called Repentance comes out tomorrow, and I'm super excited. Apparently Edmund McMillan was working very closely with modders who created the Anti-Birth mod, and apparently Repentance is kind of like a canonization of a lot of Anti-Birth, and people really, really liked that mod. So people have been super excited for it.
And good on him for working with modders. I always like seeing stuff like that.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So
it was like there was a very famous mod for Crysis, the original Crysis, called MechWarrior Living Legends, which for people that don't know, MechWarrior is a mech simulator, very popular. It's American mech, not Japanese mech. So you're basically just driving a giant freaking tank with legs. And so they made it because there hadn't been a MechWarrior game in years. Well, Crytek looked at their mod and was like, wow, they're doing things that we didn't even know we could do with our engine. So they hired at least 2 members, but I think they might have hired the entire team to work for Crytek. There's been a couple of times where that's happened where modders will do something with a game and the company, instead of being like Nintendo, being like, no, you can't, cease and desist, stop that. The company will be like, whoa, that's really cool. Work for us.
Hired. Yeah.
I remember. Did I ever show you the animated? I don't remember if we talked about this last time.
We haven't talked about it, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right, cool. So there's this amazing animation on YouTube called Astartes. It's definitely it's for Warhammer 40K fans, but I recommend anyone go watch it because it's just a really good animation, super actiony, very pretty. It helps if you have 40K knowledge, but I don't think you need to enjoy it. And what just makes it so impressive, one guy did all of it. Did the sound design, did the animation, did the story. Fantastic. And I think he did the voice acting, which is not hard because there was barely any. And none of it was even intelligible. So it was mostly grunts and muffled words and stuff. Yeah, he did an amazing job. And Games Workshop, for the people who don't know, that's the people that make Warhammer. I believe they also... No, I'm thinking of Wizards of the Coast. Never mind. I was about to say something stupid. They make Warhammer and Warhammer 40K. They saw it and they were like, wow, that was amazing. Do you want to be an animator for us and do cool things as well as work on your own project, which we will now fund? So he got hired on and works there now. And that's just amazing. I love seeing that kind of shit. I'm pretty sure the hurdy-gurdy player currently for Eluvite got picked up by Eluvite because she did covers of their stuff on hurdy-gurdy, which she apparently learned because of the band Eluvite. And their old hurdy-gurdy player left or got kicked out, one of the two. And she was like, yeah, I've always wanted to play for Eluvite. Cool, now you get to. And if you ever see they're on YouTube or on Facebook and there's a girl playing System of a Down covers or Gojira covers or Slipknot covers or some on hurdy-gurdy, that's the hurdy-gurdy player for Eluvite.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know of her.
So I always forget her name, and she's worked with other bands to play hurdy-gurdy parts, which is not something you ever expect to be saying about metal, and especially non-folk metal for that matter. So cool. I feel like maybe, just maybe, we're ready for the meat and potato.
Yeah.
I feel like Ethan might be getting tired, like a loser.
I go to bed at 9 o'clock usually. It is currently 10:45. So
I usually go to bed at 10:30. It's just
you need to start waking up earlier on recording days.
Excuse me. I tried this time.
Fair enough. Anyway, Mitchell,
my normal wake up time is 5:30. To be fair, PM.
I don't think you've ever messaged me before 8 o'clock.
Sometimes I just don't want to talk to you.
Oh, yeah, fair. Yeah. Anyway, Mitchell, what did you listen to?
Oh, Ethan, you gave me such a gift, such a wonderful gift, and I didn't get angry when you told me what it was when you on the last episode. I wasn't
mad
or irritated or whatever you want to call it, and
you did have a negative reaction.
It certainly was a peanut allergy, that is for sure. You gave me Primus, Sea of Cheese.
Sailing the Seas of Cheese?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me rephrase this. Sailing the Seas of Cheese. And I tried to come off with a positive attitude. I tried, Ethan. I was like, I'm not going to let, pass Mitch's feelings cloud my judgment. And you know what, Ethan? I loved it. No, I'm kidding. I fucking hated that album. I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't get why people love Primus. I don't. I have no clue in my life why people like it. I did find out that I actually did know Larry, the race car driver, or whatever that title is. I should probably be slightly more. Jerry, I'm going to look up the track list so I can at least be mildly professional about this. Also,
congratulations, their most popular song.
Well, okay, so I knew I heard that before. I heard a couple of songs from this album before.
Probably Tommy the Cat. I think John the Fisherman's on this one as well.
There's Fisherman on. Hold on. I want to get the good track list so I can make sure.
I'll pull it up too.
Fisherman, it's just Fish On, which is part of the Fisherman Chronicles, Chapter 2.
Yeah. That is not the song I was thinking of. But, okay, so yeah, John the Fisherman is not on this album. I thought it was.
I knew I had heard songs before, but Jerry Was a Race Car Driver is actually a part of my fucking childhood.
Really?
Because it's on the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
And I hated that song so much as a kid. I skipped over it every time.
That's a shame.
So I could listen to Goldfinger Superman over and over
let's be honest, that was the best song on that soundtrack.
God, ska. What happened to you? I just don't get it. I know people love this. And now, let me say this. I don't think they're a talentless band. I think Les Claypool is an amazing bass player. I mean, just looking at the what he did on this album, he did vocals, he did electric bass, he did string bass, 6-string fretless bass, and clarinet. And Larry did the guitars and 6-string.
Did not know clarinet.
Yeah, Larry did the electric guitar and 6-string banjo. Tim did drums, percussion, and water jug. But my biggest thing is I absolutely hate the vocals. That has always been my biggest hang up with.
And that's completely fair.
With them. I find it's not even I think they're bad. He's a bad singer. He might be in terms of what I think of as good singing. I find it just apparently obnoxious and nasally. And I think that's on purpose. I think that's just how they've always been. That's what Les wants to come off as.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't. I can't get behind it. Now, I will say I kind of enjoyed American Life.
Yeah, that's one of their more soothing songs.
But that's probably the only song I liked. I listened to this about 3 or 4 times. And I just, every time I was like, Ethan, why did you do this?
Because I wanted to give you something a little different. Man, that is a shame. I mean, at least you recognize that there's a lot of talent within the band. Go ahead.
Like 100%. Like Les Claypool is an amazing. Like he is definitely up there with like Tool's bassist and Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist. Like and who's the other one that's like extremely good? That's like rock metal. They do the song "Dig."
Oh, the guy from Mudvayne.
Mudvayne, yeah, and like I'm not trying to like get into like the tech death scene and everything because that's a whole different level of bass playing, and same with gent and everything. But in terms of like rock metal, I would say those are probably some of the best bass players out there, especially Tools. Like I know you're not a fan of Tool, but instrumentally, those guys are pretty damn good.
I like Tool. I'm just sick of Tool.
That's fair. I totally get that because, yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. I know you don't like, oh God, what's his name? He's the Scottish YouTuber guitar player.
K-Mac.
He did a How to Write a Tool song and it was pretty freaking hilarious. But you don't like Tool, so, you know. Or K-Mac, I mean. You don't like
He's also fine. It's just I never really found a lot of his videos to be super funny.
I find him funnier than Jared Dines.
I mean, yeah,
Jared Dines.
But I think the best Jared Dines videos beat the best K-Mac videos.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. And then Rob Scallon's better than both of them. So
yes, but also Rob Scallon is more wholesome content than it is funny. He is funny. Don't get me wrong, but I actually kind of like, oh my God. Okay, now I didn't know this, but Tom Waits was the voice of Tommy the Cat. And I do like me some Tom Waits.
I did not know that at all. Actually, I thought,
I kind of want to re-listen to that just because, like, I know I'm going to hate the song, but I kind of want to hear Tom Waits' part.
Tom Waits, I know that name. Tom.
He's an avant-garde jazz musician. He did a song called Hell Let Loose.
Hell Broke Loose. Yeah. I know that song because it was on the Punisher soundtrack. So, yep, yeah. I know of Tom Waits. I did not know he was on this album. Well, that's very interesting.
That doesn't surprise me because Tom Waits is also fucking weird.
I once made a Tom Waits reference to my uncle at my sister's wedding. I jokingly said, I'll just play some Tom Waits. And he looked at me as like, man, you do have depression. Like, yeah. So.
But like, I'm watching Tommy the Cat right now and just watching Les play the bass is just phenomenal. Like, he's a great bass player. But I don't like the sound that they generate. I don't like his vocals. I don't like the writing. I don't find anything redeemable about him. I'm glad people enjoy it.
I think it's one of those things where people enjoy the strangeness because Primus is just one of those bands that is very, very strange. And some people it kind of clicks with and some people it don't. The very first time I heard Primus, I was preparing to do a metal-themed show at my high school's radio station, and my uncle, who made the Tom Waits joke, was really big into rock and metal, and I was asking him, it's like, what kind of songs do you recommend? And he recommended me My Name is Mud, and it was the first time I ever heard anything. I was like, what is this? This is very, very odd. So I know exactly where your brain is. I'm not sure what song finally cracked me into Primus. I think it was Jerry Was a Race Car Driver, because I think I don't mind the vocals. I actually think they're kind of catchy. The Jerry Was a Race Car Driver, I think it's interesting. And then I also find the instrumentation of that song to be very heavy. The I find a lot of my favorite Primus songs to be the heavier songs. There's a song that's not on this record called Too Many Puppies, and that song is very heavy as well. I also saw them live, and I think you would like them live. They're very, very interesting, and they put on a great show. But obviously, I think there are differences between, like, I don't really like Amon Amarth, but I feel like I would like an Amon Amarth show, for example.
Oh, Amon Amarth puts on one hell of a just fun show because of how into it they get and how crowd oriented they are.
Mm-hmm. With the Primus show I went to, it was actually a double set. They did a normal set of their songs, and then it was when they were touring for Primus and the Chocolate Factory, which was a complete recreation of the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory soundtrack, but Primus and a really big orchestra they partnered with too, and it was like an acid trip, dude.
Yeah,
when they started doing the Willy Wonka stuff, they had people in giant paper mache Oompa Loompa heads that would just walk out on stage, and it was creepy as all get out. I'm like, I'm having a good time. This is fun. So I think it's just kind of like,
maybe I would enjoy Primus if I was high as fuck.
I mean, I'm not a high person, and I enjoy Primus. So
that's fair.
I think it's just like, if the strength of the bass playing and the oddities maybe don't sink you in, you're just kind of out of luck. Like, in my opinion, Sergeant Baker is super catchy. I like that song. Along with American Life is a good one, but you like that song. Actually, when I was re-listening to this album, thinking of stuff to give you, the song 11 popped up a lot in my head. The I don't know. I like that song a lot too. Tommy the Cat's a classic. It's just the bass prowess on that song. And if you go and look at like a live performance of him playing Jerry Was a Race Car Driver as well, the actual like bass patterns are stupid with what he's able to do while singing. It's so ridiculous.
He is such a talented bass player. I don't give two shits about his vocals. Like, no offense, like, to anyone that loves them and loves their vocals. Just not my thing. But I will 100% forfeit the fact that he is a fantastic bass player. Like, there's no way to argue against that.
Mm-hmm. And, and also it could just be a thing where this isn't the album. I picked their most popular record, essentially. Because stuff off of like, what is that album called? Stuff off of Anti-Pop is actually a little bit more tolerable, or digestible, rather. One of my favorite Primus songs in general is called The Ballad of Bodacious. And it's strangely, it's one of the only songs of theirs that has a guitar-centered groove, with Larry having a really catchy and bouncy guitar progression. And the song is about a bull rider of some sort. It's very, very catchy. And then Lacquerhead is a great song if you're actually trying to learn slap bass, because it's a bit more basic. Again, it's basic, but the instrumentation it does have is very, very catchy. And that's my thing. I guess I find Primus to be very catchy for the most part. I think they have a lot of hooks in their music that I enjoy.
I can see that. I just, like, I'm listening to Jerry the Race Car Driver, Was a Race Car Driver, and like, I hate the sound of the guitar. I remember as a little kid, that was the thing I hated the most. And like, it's totally purposeful.
Have you tried the remaster? I don't know how much difference there is between the regular and the remaster, to be honest, but there is a remaster.
I'm sure the one I listened to was the remaster, but it's less the like sound effects and more just the notes that they're choosing.
Yeah, and Larry, especially for the earlier albums, it was definitely like an afterthought, or maybe not an afterthought, but he definitely wasn't the focus. It was very, very almost ambient in the choices that he does a lot of the time, since Les is so upfront.
Yeah, I mean, shit, Larry even is using a PRS guitar in this video, it looks like. And
really?
We all know
Did
how
not
much...
know that. PRS
we all know how much of... PRS is a pretty old guitar company, I'm pretty sure.
This was released in 91.
Oh, no, I take it back. They are not that old. 1985.
Oh, okay, so he still could have been using a PRS back then.
Well, and the video I'm watching is 1993, so...
Gotcha. Have you seen their short cover of Master of Puppets? He doesn't go into any vocals, but Les is playing the main guitar part on his bass. It's so stupid. I love it.
Well, now I'm going to look at it. It's literally a minute and a half. The quality of this video is garbage.
Oh, yeah. It's from one of the Woodstocks, I think.
Oh, that's fucking amazing. Yeah, he's a phenomenal bass player.
What is wrong with this dude? It's another installment of like when I was trying to figure out what to give you today, and I was saying I have stories of people being stupid. A dude literally just posts the same thing he commented yesterday.
Nice.
Copied and pasted, and I even said, it doesn't matter because it has nothing to do with the original post, so I can say what it says. He says, Meshuggah's older stuff can kind of fit in this realm. I'm like, there's a reason I'm not asking about Meshuggah.
Right. Yeah, and so, like, the short of it is, I see the talent. I don't think they're talentless. This is, again, not... this kind of fits into the same realm as...
You can do it.
I keep wanting to say Infinite Annihilator, but I know I love that.
No, Dying Fetus.
Dying Fetus. I was close. They're both infants of a variety.
That is true.
And both of them are dying, and both of them are dying in a sense.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Where I'm like, I see the talent. There are things that I don't like, and then there are like major things that I don't like. Like, I didn't like the vocals in both of them, and that doesn't mean that they're bad vocalists. It just doesn't sit well for me. But like, I see the talent in both of those bands.
Are you against ever listening to different Primus songs? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because if you liked American Life, there are probably other songs you would enjoy.
I've given Primus many attempts in the past, different songs from different albums, popular ones, not popular ones. I never had given a full album a listen, so this was new. But like I'm familiar with My Name Is Mud, Jerry the Race Car Driver. I'm forgetting a whole bunch of other songs, but it's just not my sound. I don't enjoy it. I find it extremely obnoxious and annoying. There's nothing more to it than that. I can go on and on and on about like how talented a death metal band is, but if somebody can't get past the growling, they can't get past the growling, even if they can recognize the rest of it. So that's just where I'm at, and that's okay, ladies and gentlemen, and people that don't identify with things.
You'd probably like Over the Falls. It's a very
well. Then I guess
song.
I will try.
I mean, I'm one of those people that if I'll usually give something a listen regardless.
Over the Falls, Primus. Let's go. 2 minutes. Oh, you're going to listen to
it. Okay.
Okay, I'm digging the groove so far. When he opens his mouth, it's going to go bad.
No, it's a lot more sing-songy than like weird yowling. To my knowledge, it's been a minute since I've listened to the song. I just remember it being a bit more...
This is very blues groove.
I think this is off the Brown album, which is another one of their big ones.
I still don't like the vocals, but that's tolerable.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot they did a cover. They did a full cover of The Thing That Should Not Be.
I don't
remember if Metallica. It's off of Puppets. I can't remember if I like that or not. I'll have to check that later.
So, yeah, that's my verdict. Would I recommend it to people? No, but that doesn't mean people shouldn't go check it out. I'm not going to give it a rating because it would be very loaded in terms of my preference. So 4 out of 10. So fine. Yeah, but just like Dying Fetus, just like Dying Foot Fetish, I do see the talent. Just wish that some things were different, and that's it.
There's a version of My Name Is Mud in Spanish, if that helps.
That does not help, but thank you.
It's literally called Me Llamo Mud. It's re-recorded. He does the whole thing. I forgot that it existed.
That's beautiful.
Well. If you like something weird, check out Primus. It's
it's definitely
they're well known.
I will say this: if you've never listened to Primus, give it a listen, just because it is a different experience.
You might like.
Oh my God! Stop trying to get me to like Primus.
No. This isn't Primus. It's another project with Claypool, but it's not Primus. He did a project with the son of one of the Beatles. I can't remember what it's called. It's called the Lennon Claypool. The Claypool Lennon Delirium, and it's literally
I actually think I know about that one.
Yeah, I've listened to a lot of their album, The Monolith of Phobos, and it's pretty good. The dude sounds just like his dad in terms of singing. They put out an album 2 years ago. I actually didn't realize that, so I might have to check that out later. Thing is, if you like Les Claypool, he does a lot of different stuff, just like Mike Patton. So there's also Colonel Claypool's Bucket of Bernie Brains, which is a supergroup with Buckethead and the pianist Bernie something. He's really well known, but he died recently.
I bet Buckethead and Les Claypool would be an interesting combo.
Yeah, that album's really interesting. The song Buckethead is pretty good, if not very stupid. It's literally a song about Buckethead, but Les Claypool is singing like he's explaining like he's some sort of cryptid. It's so weird.
I mean, let's be honest. If Buckethead isn't a cryptid, what is?
That's fair. That's very fair. So, Buckethead's weird. I never got into Buckethead. He's a very strange.
I think he is a very talented musician. And
he also comes out with an album every week.
Yeah, I like what I've heard, but God, what I've heard is maybe 1/20,000th of what he's released.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through on Spotify. I scrolled for 30 whole seconds, and I just got down to his 2013 albums.
Yeah.
It's so much. Anyway, yeah, shame you didn't like Primus, but it was something different. I'm going to get you back to something different later, so.
Oh, great.
Not something different. Back to metals. Back to metals. We might revisit some weird stuff again later, though, but I need to actually listen to those albums. So yeah, shame you didn't like Primus, but hey, thanks for giving it a listen, and at least you liked American Life a little bit. It's a good song.
A little bit. It is a pretty decent song. I
do like the intro a lot. It's weird. I didn't know if it sounds like it has a reverse delay on the bass or something like that, but I'm sure it's just Les Claypool being a beast. So
very could well be.
All right. On the other hand, you gave me something that is completely expected. You gave me we're back into the world of melodic death metal. One of the bigger names, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's not like the forefathers of At the Gates, In Flames, Dark Tranquility, which I will give you eventually. Not At the Gates because you love Slaughter the Soul. Though you still need to listen to modern At the Gates, but that's fine.
I mean, I've listened to it. It's fine. So this is a band out of Finland called Insomnium, and you gave me their 2016 album called Winter's Gate. This is a 40-minute long record, and it is one song.
Technically.
because you can't help yourself.
Hey, they couldn't help themselves.
It is presented as one song. However, on Spotify, they do split it up into 7 parts. It's a little bit more digestible. This is a concept album called Winter's Gate. I look here on... surprisingly, Metallum is not my go-to for information on this record. This is a concept album said to be about a group of Vikings who set out to find a fabled island west of Ireland despite the treacherous winter drawing near. So this is a mellow death record. It does have some blackened influences, which I thought were done. Do you not agree?
I've just never thought about it. I guess, there are a little bit of blackened influences. I would also like to add that the concept album is also based on a short story written by the guitar player.
Okay, Wikipedia just didn't say that, so I was just going by the information I had. Thank you for keeping me informed. Yes, so it is a melodic death metal / progressive metal album. It has a little bit of blackened influence, as at least in my opinion. I think the blast beats and atmosphere in some areas are definitely have some black metal inspiration in there for some reason, and maybe you know what I mean when I say like. There appears to be in black metal a very particular style of blast beat.
Yes.
That's used a lot, and I feel like they do use that on occasion here in this record, and I think it's done very tastefully. Just
to go further into that, have you ever watched Samus's video on different blast beats?
Yes.
He has that very blast beat in there, and like you listen to it, and you're like, yes, black metal.
Yes, black metal. And I feel like, it may not be the exact blast beat that is used, like when the music first drops in the first part of the album is one of the specific places that I mean. If it's not that exact type of blast beat, it's very similar, or at least has that same tone. And I think it's done very, very nicely. So yeah, the album has a lot of different elements going for it, with atmosphere, a lot of nice and pretty melodic sections, and blistering black metal style drumming. And the production is great as well. I did mention the drop in part 1. Each part has their own title, at least on Wikipedia it does. So part 1 is called...
I will say, sorry. I will say they also do label these parts on the CD
Sweet.
As well.
That's where I figured they probably got the names from.
Yeah, and so the only place that isn't like actually separated itself is the like CD is just one song, and probably if you bought the MP3 from the band, just one song. But they do physically separate them on in like the booklet and all that. It wasn't an afterthought, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like they wrote 7 songs and then just kind of decided to put them all together. So it works. I do really enjoy the first part. It's the title Slaughter Moon, especially when that first drop hits. I love the blast beats accompanied by the very cool rhythm guitar part, keeping kind of everything locked in as the lead guitar and melodies sing above everything. I think it's a very good way to start the record. When it comes to the vocals on this record, I do like them for the most part. There are a couple things that I'm a little iffy on, and I'll talk about it as I hit song 2 a little bit more. I do like his bass growl tone and the way he enunciates and his vocal patterns for a lot of it. In particular, in part 1, throughout the lyrics, he does have a lot of words that end with an ooh sound, and I think it sounds really, really cool. But I do feel like his voice gets a little bit samey as the record goes on, up until like the later parts of the album where he does seem to change up his style a little bit. It's something I've mentioned before. As a vocalist, if a vocalist kind of has one sound, it needs to be like really, really good, or else I start to kind of like notice. And he is good. I don't have that many negative things to say about it. It just does get on the cusp of samey as the album goes.
And I will say that is his signature sound. Like any Insomnium record you listen to, that is the vocal you hear.
And it's good. It fits. It's not like an ear sore or anything. you know, there are bands that I listen to and that I like where he only has one voice, i.e. Slaughter of the Soul. He has kind of his one scream. That's what he does. I'm like, all right.
That is what you do.
Let's go. Jens Kidman. That's what you do.
Every black metal vocalist ever.
Every single one. Part 2 of the album is called The Golden Wolf Part 1. So this is where I start to have issues with the vocals. I do not really like his style, talking, spoken word vocals. I don't think they're very good.
And he does that. He does that.
Yeah, he does it quite a bit in this record. It's not that it's necessarily bad. It's just I didn't really like the delivery all that well. There are some parts where it does work later in the album. I do have I have a particular note of it, but later in the record, I know that there's a part where it's kind of building up a lot, and as everything is crescendoing, he's doing that voice, but then his growling is coming up underneath it, and I think with the support of that, it does work a little bit better.
Okay.
But on their own, it's just okay. Musically, at the very beginning of The Golden Wolf, I do like the background voices in the very beginning. The ooh, I don't remember the pattern off the top of my head. But I do, something that I really like throughout the record, I like the background choirs. I think they're very, very nice. The following riff is nice as well. I also like the inclusion of the strings and maybe a brass section. I can't quite tell if there's any brass, but it does have like what I assume are keyboard synth strings with the background choirs. Ultimately, I do like the writing on the musicality and writing. I think is excellent throughout this whole record. Also, something that is very well done in this song are and throughout are the clean vocals. I was
about to ask about them.
I actually do like the clean singing quite a bit.
And that's their guitar player who does that, or one of their guitar players.
Gotcha. Yeah, very, very done very well, very tasteful. I do feel like a couple of the harsh vocal patterns are a little awkward sounding in this song. In particular, I wrote down the not within our grasp lines. Just felt like it felt like they were kind of forcing more syllables in there or something like that, where they could have, made it a bit more smooth. Otherwise, 2 for 2, really liking both parts of the record so far. Part 3 is The Golden Wolf Part 2. It begins with a very catchy, clean guitar and drum segments. I think there's some woodwinds in there as well. It has a bit more of the spoken word vocals that I'm iffy on, but alternatively, he does have a new voicing for his growls as the music drops in this part as well. I will say the lyrics get a little bit repetitive in this section.
Oh, is this the one that I think it is?
I think so. Yeah. I didn't write down the actual... let me see if
I know exactly what it is. Because he repeats like the same 3 lines over and over again.
Yes.
Or 2 lines.
It gets a little repetitive, but the double kick parts in this song are super, super sick. Continuing, really enjoying it. Part 4, At the Gates of Winter. I really love the acoustic guitar, and I really love the piano that's accompanied by more clean vocals. I think it's very tasteful. I really love the lead guitar tone on this particular part. And I also like the clean singing juxtaposed with the heavier instrumentation compared to how they've usually been used in cleaner passages earlier in the album. I like this part as well. So far, not very many complaints in the album. Part 5, I think, is my favorite part. The gate opens is this particular one. Really good atmosphere in the beginning, and it hits like a wall once the actual guitars come in. Vocals sound great, almost otherworldly. It sounds like he's, it has a lot more rage or something in his voice. It's a lot more powerful compared to other sections for some reason, which is weird because they're still similar. I just feel like maybe something in the production changed for this particular part. Anyway, I like it a lot. It might just be to do with the actual instrumentation assisting the vocals. It's really, really good. It's probably my favorite segment of the album. It's extremely heavy, and I love it a lot. For part 6, the final stand, I honestly kind of felt, when I was listening to it yesterday and paying attention to all the lyrics, I almost felt tired at the beginning of this particular segment after how heavy part 5 was, and eventually it kind of it continues pretty similarly, albeit with a little bit slower and less heavy tone as this particular part begins. I do enjoy the vocals patterns in this song quite a bit. It almost feels like it's establishing a motif or even callbacks to earlier vocal patterns in the album. And I like stuff like that. Overall, it's fine, but it's like a little bit underwhelming after the gate opens being so good. And then we get into the last segment of the album called Into the Sleep. I actually really, really like this one too. It starts off with a lot more delay and reverb-soaked atmosphere. I love the tom drums just pummeling away as the choirs are crescendoing along with, and this is the part that I was talking about earlier with the spoken vocals, with the growled vocals coming like crescendoing in with the choirs and all the other instrumentation until we get into that faster section with those glorious black metal blast beats. It definitely sounds like the beginning of the finale for the record, and it is, obviously. Song adds a bit more reverb and width as it goes until the music gets stripped back to the softer elements and you hear the sounds of the winter storm rolling in and closing out the album. Ultimately, I find Winter Gates to be very, very good, especially after my fourth or fifth listen. My very first time through, I didn't quite get it. When I was listening to it, I'm like, this is fine, but I don't necessarily understand like why it's super good, in my opinion. But then as I kept going, as I listened to it again and again and like started paying a little bit more attention to everything, and then the last listen I did yesterday with all of the lyrics, it finally really clicked. I thought this album was excellent. I feel like a strong 8 out of 10 for the Winter's Gate by Insomnium.
That's a really good score from you. Yeah, I'm glad you loved it. I'm glad that you see the excellent just like story writing in general.
Yeah, that's something I didn't really comment on because I didn't really, write down notes about the actual lyrics for the most part. I did follow along with the story when I was looking at the lyrics, and I thought it was written very, very well. I just didn't have any particular lines that like stood out one way or the other.
Well, also when I'm saying story writing, not just lyrically, but they use what's known as text painting very well, which is basically utilizing music for the storytelling itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so like an example would be like, let's say somebody like screams the word falling, like let's say it's a death metal band, and then you get like that like dissonant minor almost half tones just running down the scale kind of sound on the guitars the entire time. That they do that really well here, I think, to certain extents of it. I also will say like the outro, like the album ends perfectly with the whole like into the sleep thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a great example of text painting, because towards the end it gets quieter and quieter and calmer as you're falling, as if you were falling asleep until there's nothing left. And that's a great example. And also just that outro in general is just a great way to end the album.
I agree.
So I'm really glad you liked it. Insomnium has got to be one of my favorite melodic death metal bands. And I had the very special treat of seeing them perform the entirety of this album live.
Nifty.
Which was fantastic. I went to either Cleveland or Columbus, Ohio, with my friend Nick, who broke his arm at that concert.
Oh yeah, you told me about that, I think.
Or rather, he broke his ulna, which is the bone in your elbow that makes it so you can bend your elbow.
Yeah, you told that story when we were talking about cattle.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty brutal. And it was also where I got to meet one of my internet metal friends and her boyfriend, who also became one of my internet metal friends. So that was really cool. And they were fun to hang around with, as my friend got plowed over by a gigantic big dude. It's great. I just love it because that's literally what happens. Some drunk fat man just comes charging in and knocks over my scrawny twig of a friend, and he just slams into the floor. And I'm just like over off to the side, casually talking to these two people I just met.
It reminds me when I went to go see Impending Doom. It was on my birthday, I think, one year. It was me and my cousin went, and a band called Those Who Fear came on stage. It was a Christian deathcore show, but they were a very heavy deathcore band. I don't really like them that much anymore. It's very, very cliche.
Yeah.
But we went out there. I was like, yeah, breakdowns. And this dude spin kicked my cousin in the back of the head.
Oof.
And he was basically out the rest of the show. Yeah, he had to sit out Impending Doom. We were so upset. I'm like, ugh.
You gotta love them crowd killers.
I hate crowd killers so much, dude.
They're the worst part of core shows.
Yeah. And it's not just core, it happens everywhere. It sucks.
Yeah, but I do love it when it happens at like a death metal show or a thrash metal show, because that's usually when the big like 50-year-old bald biker man comes in and picks up the person and throws them across the room.
Yeah. If you crowd kill people, you're an idiot. Anyway,
yeah, do you have anything else to say?
People get mad about that. I do not have very much else to say about Insomnium's Winter's Gate. I think it was a very good album.
Would you check out some of their other work?
I potentially would. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I have some issues like kind of doing that on my own sometimes. But
it's almost like that's what the podcast was for.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's similar to, it's like I still need to listen to Maestro by Winter Horde, and I keep telling myself I should listen to Maestro by Winter Horde, but then I keep reminding myself also the other Sluggish albums, but then I keep reminding myself that it's like, oh man, I'm kind of running out of albums off the top of my head that I can give Mitch, so I'm also trying to like listen to more music as well to kind of build up my back catalog, because the issue is, it's not that I don't have albums, it's that there are multiple albums from like, say, one band that I think are worth listening to, and I don't want to double dip very much, if at all. I considered asking if you've listened to Monolith yet.
No, I have not.
Yeah, and I considered, because it's been 10 episodes, it'll be 10 episodes next episode. I'm like, yeah, maybe I can give him Monolith, but that's kind of predictable. I think you're going to like Monolith. I don't think that's that big of a stretch. So I'm like, I don't really want to double dip on any bands yet, and so we'll figure. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to like kind of expand my repertoire a little bit to find some more things that, because it's like I can give an act, and I know that I know I'm jumping between so many subjects. I know at one point we discussed that it's like we can kind of accept it if the album is completely different. Like, let's say I could, Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat by Slipknot doesn't sound like anything else from Slipknot, and I could give you, say, like the new Slipknot record, but even then I'm like
Volume 3 or something.
Or Volume 3. And I'm like, well, I only find that album to be okay, so why would I want to give him something unless I just really want to hear his opinion on it? Like, I've considered doing that for, like, Meshuggah's very first record.
Which I have never listened to. I haven't listened to anything before Obscene.
Really? Well, thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, I've only listened to Obscene and up. I've heard songs from the other ones, but I've never listened to a full Meshuggah album before Obscene, because yeah, there you go. You have something that you could do.
Now I know. But their very first album is almost like proggy Metallica.
Ooh,
that's very weird. And Jens actually sounds like James. Like, his vocals are very thrashy.
You know what song I really like but hate the vocals for? I think we've talked about this.
New Millennium Cyanide Christ.
Christ, yeah. Which is why Frog Leap Studios' version of it is amazing.
It's very good. The problem is, a lot of people consider Chaos Fear to be like their best record.
I know, it's weird.
I disagree. It's kind of like when they were starting to kind of switch from that thrashy, because they were more of a thrash band at first. They still had that chugginess that they're known for, because you can hear that in songs like Future Breed Machine or Soul Burn from Destroy Erase Improve. But they really kind of started to go into the more of that gent route, starting with Chaos Fear, going into, I think the next record was Nothing, and then Chaos, and then Catch 33. Catch 33 is a great record. I might give it to you at some point, but not today. So yeah, that's kind of, I'd probably listen to more Insomnium. I would need to do my own research to figure out like what album I would want to listen to next. So,
or you could just ask me,
or I could just ask you, but
yeah. So. I will say this. I don't think they have a bad album. I do have album preferences, but I don't think they have a bad album. So I think you're pretty safe on that front if you just went and was like, I'm going to listen to The Shadows of the Dying Sun or The Weeping World. By the way, there is a very clear...
it's called Above the Weeping World.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But there is a very clear emotional state that all their songs have based on just titles.
Yeah.
Which is
darkness, mourning, loss, pain, nature, mysticism, and individualism, according to Metallum.
Yeah, that's about right.
Bellacore?
Don't look into it. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
don't look into it.
I clicked on similar artists. So.
I don't totally love Bellacore from Australia. And I will totally never give you them ever.
I might have introduced some, since we're kind of wrapping up on albums, I can maybe, because we kind of did our whole end of show spiel kind of at the beginning of this episode. I introduced a Doom / stoner guy. I'm part of a group on Facebook called A Group of Ethans, or a group for Ethans. I don't know. I got added to it. I'm like, screw it, whatever.
My name's Ethan. I need friends.
My name's Ethan. Whatever. And I had asked, it's like, I'm thinking, I won't spoil it yet, but I was thinking of giving, so I'm on a podcast. I won't do a shameless plug, and I didn't, but here's the concept of the podcast, and here's a band I'm thinking of giving. What do you guys think? What album should I choose? Because there's a handful. And one guy was like, I'm not really into that particular style of things, but the concept of the podcast sounds really, really cool. What's it called? So I commented, Distorted Entertainment Podcast, and you can look at those. And the whole point of the show is to try and introduce people to different, introduce each other, but also other people into different genres that maybe they don't like. So you may not be into X genre of the band, and maybe we've talked about a band that you might like from it. He's like, yeah, I'll check it out. And he's like, oh, I see you guys talked about Sun. And I was like, you might like that episode. Because I was like, he talked about liking Sun, and he was like, I can't wait for you guys to talk about Mirror Reaper. I'm like, we've both already listened to Mirror Reaper, so it won't ever be like the topic of an episode. We brought it up before, obviously. But
did you tell him that we both adore it? Especially
me? I told him we both like it. Yeah. Well, you adore it. I enjoy it. I think it's a good album. But I was like, Mitch gave me Swallow the Sun's Songs from the North. So the show has not been complete strangers to the world of Doom. I'm trying to think. Like, I think the only genre we haven't really picked into is like black metal. I mean, unless if you want to count like the less heavy stuff like speed metal and traditional heavy metal stuff like that. But
yeah, I've been thinking about giving you some black metal at some point, with things like Agaloch and Abigail Williams and Alcest. Granted, Agaloch and Alcest are kind of like weird territories of black metal.
I do like some Agaloch. I don't know very much Agaloch, but everything I've heard, I like.
Alcest is almost not black metal, because if I remember correctly, there's mostly clean singing, if not nothing but clean singing.
Well, it's not cult then.
It isn't cult. You're right.
Is there any quote true cult black metal that you like?
I think I kind of dig Emperor. minus the whole they had a murder guitar player.
True. I mean, what's the one band? Abbott?
Which Abbott, the one that's not actually Satanist.
Yeah. I think he's the member. I don't think that's their actual. No,
Immortal.
Immortal, that's what it is, yeah. Their status is disputed. That's the first time I've seen that on Metallum.
That's beautiful. They're all right. They're not my thing. They're all right. I purely say Emperor just because I really like Isan, which is the lead singer of Emperor. And I like his solo work, which is really weird and features Matt Heafy on occasion and Michael Ockerfeldt. And also him and Matt Heafy are working on a project together.
Oh, so, yeah.
I like Isan a lot. The Emperor I've heard is pretty good. I did like, of course, our favorite one to talk about of all time, Despel Omega, until they did the thing, which had always been the thing, but I did not know.
You know what song I just don't get? It's a big one. It's a big one in the world of black metal. I don't understand Freezing Moon by Mayhem. I don't get it.
Is Mayhem considered black metal?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Euronymous.
Yeah, what am I talking about? Why did I think that they were...
I think you're thinking of Merciful Fate.
No. No, I for some reason I thought Mayhem was death metal for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, very black metal. But apparently their newer stuff actually isn't half bad. Their latest album, Demon, it's spelled Daemon, is reviewed pretty highly.
Might have to check it. Does it require a band member to kill themselves so they can put it on the album cover?
I know what you're referring to. So back in high school, I did a heavy metal research paper.
Oh, this sounds like a bad idea.
And I still have it somewhere. It was very fun. I think it turned out to be 13 pages or something like that. But I didn't get as good of a score as I should have because I forgot to cite sources.
Yeah, I mean, that is a big deal.
I had them, but I forgot to actually annotate it.
Yeah.
Which is completely fair. I still got a B+. But I talked about Dawn of the Black Hearts, and I debated. It's like, should I put a picture of it? And
Tell me you did not.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
The English teacher was like a sweetheart. Like, she probably could not have taken it.
Did you also mention not to look it up?
I explained very clearly what it was, so I'm sure she didn't. I need to see if I can find that again. It was a very fun paper to do.
I will say, as much as I don't like Gorgoroth, and they scare the ever-living shit out of me.
Gaul, yeah.
Because Gaul is him, very scary. No, Gorgoroth is an entire band.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. My bad. I've listened to one Gorgoroth album.
I do like the song Carving a Giant. That being said, I hate the music video, and I'm atheist, and I still hate the music video. I hate their live shows. Their live shows are very creepy.
Yeah.
Have you seen pictures of their live shows?
Do they do the whole goat head stuff, don't they?
They do that. They also put people on crosses and hang them up, and they're actual actors, and they are naked, and they are standing on stage the entire time on the crosses. They're not nailed to them, so there's that, I guess.
Yeah. My favorite black metal band is a Horde, which is the first Christian black metal band, and they were unhappy.
Oh, white metal. White metal.
Good album though, actually, at least in terms of black metal. It was the drummer from, have you ever heard of the death metal band Mortification?
I don't know them. I've never even heard of them.
They are a fairly well-known and at least early on well-respected death metal band out of Australia. It was traditional death metal. but they were also a Christian band. They're actually highly regarded for their album Scrolls of Megaloth. Just kind of in general, people consider that to be a pretty good metal record. But the drummer, Jason Sherlock, formed the band Horde. It was just him. He put out the album Helig Usvart. No idea what it means. And it's a Christian black metal album. And he I'm pretty sure went under the name he did a fake name to make fun of. Oh, he was just called Anonymous instead of Euronymous to make fun of him, and he received a lot of death threats. So,
but of course,
yes, they've only played live like twice. It's very fun.
I did find out an interesting fact about Gorgoroth. The band is named after the dead plateau of darkness in the land of Mordor from J.R.R. Tolkien's fantasy novel, The Lord of the Rings. You fucking nerds.
That would explain some of the memes that black metal is just a bunch of nerds.
Oh, I mean, that is all black metal is a bunch of nerds who are a little bit edgier than most nerds. And then, then you have Burzum.
Yep, Varg.
Good old Varg.
Doesn't he have Varg. Like a racist board game out?
Probably. That sounds like a Varg kind of thing to do.
Hold on, now I gotta look it up. Varg Vikernes. God, board game. Yeah, board game.
Nice.
Mythic. It's literally just like. In how many ways is Varg Vikernes white supremacist game the worst? Let us enumerate. I can already tell that this article is actually very hilarious. Apparently, it's white supremacist D&D. That's basically what it is.
Nice.
Metal Sucks calls it advanced discriminations and dragons. Varg here is such a piece of garbage. Such a piece of garbage. So
I can never tell how I feel about Nurgle.
I don't like him from just Behemoth. Kind of as a person.
Yeah.
He seems like kind of a dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also, like, I've never listened to them either. So
I have listened to Behemoth, and they are pretty decent and don't seem like white supremacists. So yay. But in terms of true cult black metal, not my shtick. Just like true death metal, not really my shtick. I would say in terms of death metal, where I get closest to the purest is Cattle Decap.
That's still pretty far out, to be honest.
Or Black Dahlia Murder, like that.
Black Dahlia is a little closer.
Yeah, but it is mellow death. It's not just straight death.
It's true.
Yeah, I think we can call it a day. So you can go to bed at midnight.
Yeah, it's super fun. Mitchell, what do you have for me for the next episode? Episode 15. Hold on. Something I asked you on the thing.
I'm totally fine with doing a double.
Oh, okay. Fair enough then. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this every 5 episodes, but it's just kind of like that's how technically.
Well, we didn't do it on episode 10. We technically did a triple.
We multi albums, yeah.
No, I would rather not. Though it does make it so I can give you concept albums that span multiple albums.
That's true. So what do you got for me?
Actually, before I interject, I forgot to mention it. Cynic is apparently almost done with their album, despite the numerous tragedies that they have faced lately. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited to hear that. I have been waiting for a new Cynic album for quite a bit of time. All right, so Ethan, what I have for you today for episode 15, a double album yet again.
Alrighty.
2 more Opeth albums. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I'm not against it.
I know, but I'm not going to double dip yet, though you do need to listen to like more Opeth.
No, I agree.
We read an article on our last episode that was top 10 essential progressive albums, and they mentioned
BAM.
I did not give you BT Bam because I am not well versed in BT Bam, surprisingly.
Okay.
I am actually going to give you a Dan Swano record.
Okay. I actually forgot who that is.
Dan Swano is actually quite a big engineer who also does music on occasion. But he has been a producer of many of your favorite progressive death metal albums, as well as non-progressive death metal albums. Let me see if I can find a beautiful list of some of those albums. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic musician. There's a really weird picture of him and young Michael Ockerfeldt when they were both like 19 or early 20s, and it constantly throws me off. Has been in like a number of bands. He's been in Edge of Sanity, Unicorn, Infest Dead, Route 9. He's also been a member of Catatonia and Rib Spreader. He played the drums and lead guitar in Bloodbath.
Really?
He's done several things with Opeth and their like earlier records. He's released solo albums. He's released solo work. I don't even know if it's solo. He's in another band. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Called Witherscape, and he hasn't really done anything with that, which he needs to do. Let me see if I can find bands that you may know that he's done, because I'm not going to read this incredibly long list of Jesus Christ discography and just stuff he's worked on. Bloodbath, Dark Funeral, Dark Side, Denial, Diabolical Masquerade, Dissection, Edge of Sanity, Evocation, Flesh Crawl, Ghost. Well, we won't talk about that one. Could be a different ghost. You never know. Insomnium, Catatonia, Marduk. Ooh, that's not a good one to talk about either. Mechanization, Masticate, Nightingale, November's Doom, Novembre, Odyssey, Omnium Gatherum, Opeth, Pain, Pandemonium, Rib Spreader, Scartown, Star One, Steel. Like, yeah, like most of these you probably don't know, but like dude is just in everything, and he's very well known for his engineering. They mentioned Edge of Sanity on that list. The beautiful thing about Edge of Sanity is they have not one but two concept albums that are the same story. Ooh, get excited. There we go. And those albums are called Crimson and Crimson 2. Now,
yep, I already got them saved.
My favorite thing is Crimson, at least on the original release, is one song.
Thankfully, it's not on Spotify.
And Crimson 2 is 44 songs.
Thankfully, not on Spotify.
You will find them, and you will listen to them, even if I have to deliver CDs to you.
Crimson 2 is only 11 songs on Spotify.
Yes. So on the original CD release, for some reason, they thought it would be cool to release 11 songs in multiple parts.
These aren't very long songs. Why would you do that?
Like, let me put this on my main screen. So you got
the
forbidden
longest song
words.
Is 5.5 minutes.
Yeah. These parts are literally like 21 seconds, 1 minute, 18 seconds, 1 minute, 4 seconds.
That's stupid. Who do they think they are? Napalm Death?
It was completely dumb. I will say the cool thing is if you're trying to learn one of the songs, it won't be as hard to find the part that you want to learn. I don't know why they did it. I have no clue. It does not. Jesus. They don't explain it.
At least it's like, okay, so I was expecting, like, I looked it up on Metallum and it's all split up. I was expecting, like, instead of Incantation 1, Incantation 2, Incantation 3, I was imagining they were all different titles.
No.
And I'm like, oh.
No,
okay.
No. It's not that bad. I just don't know why they did it. I have no clue. I'm sure I could find some weird interview that would explain it. It's dumb. They should have just made it an 11-track album and called it a day.
Thankfully, it is on the thing. Apparently, it's also dedicated to Chuck Schuldiner.
Yeah, I can believe that. It came out in 2003, so you know. And thankfully, as long as you have a good CD player or MP3 that like can read files fast, it's not like you notice the multiple parts. But when I first got this album, I did not have a fast MP3 player, so there'd be like a slight pause between each part, and that was irritating as hell.
I can imagine.
Crimson takes place, it's a concept album. It does have Michael Ockerfeldt on it.
Ooh.
Yeah. And Crimson 2 takes place directly after the original Crimson. It's a sci-fi story.
Gotcha.
I enjoyed the story. Both albums are really good. Crimson, just letting you know, I don't know if they ever did a remaster, but it is older production. So keep that in mind. 1996. Still sounds good to me, but it's not going to be like amazing production. But I do like it. It's not something that I have to get past. It's similar to like the first two Opeth albums, if you've ever listened to any of those.
I've listened to a little bit of Orchid, and by that I mean I turned it on, saw that the first song was 20 minutes, and then I bounced.
So, and then Crimson 2 is newer production, and so you'll get more like Blackwater Park-esque level of production. So,
gotcha.
Sadly, no Michael Ockerfeldt on Crimson 2.
Bummer.
Yeah, I know. So, those are the double albums. I could have given you the Ocean's newest albums, but I didn't think they would enjoy those as much. But maybe some other time we do double albums.
Okay. All right. So, what I'm giving you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you a rather legendary band.
Oh, is it Primus again?
It is Primus. No. So, this band has a lot of records. And I know that I wasn't going to give you the first four of them. Any of the first four. Because it has a different vocalist. A vocalist that you cannot stand.
Oh no.
Remember when we were discussing some, we were like, we're not really into like traditional death metal.
Oh no, he's giving me the corpse grinding.
I am. I'm giving you, so it's, you and I have talked about Cannibal Corpse a lot.
Can I guess the albums?
Yeah, go ahead if you want to guess the two.
Skeletal Domain?
Nope.
I've been told I would probably like Skeletal Domain.
That was my first Corpse record, and it is good.
In that case, you're probably giving me from that Murder trilogy, which would be Evisceration Plague and then one other.
I am giving you something from the Kill trilogy. It is not Evisceration Plague, because you told me that you're not into that one, or at least the song.
Yeah, not the song. I don't know if I've heard much of the stuff from the album.
So we just going back into like the history of us being friends and talking about music. We've discussed Cannibal Corpse before, and we've discussed that you haven't really been super into them. There are a couple songs here and there that you thought were decent. I think most of them were from Skeletal Domain, from what you've told me, if I'm remembering correctly.
Ew.
I could be mistaken. Could be.
I honestly can't remember.
Fair enough. So, I hid you from the Facebook post because obviously I wasn't going to give you, the chance to be spoiled. So I was asking on Facebook because they have 15 albums. I mean, minus 4 because I'm not going to give you anything from Chris Barnes.
Gross.
Not that the first 4 Corpse records are bad. It's just Barnes is a worse vocalist. They have Chris Barnes on it. Also, the production's a little bit worse. So I was asking people on Facebook. It's like, what Cannibal Corpse album should I look at? And I got a lot of votes. But first, I got to tell you the stupid people.
I love it.
Let me pull up the Facebook post real quick. This was specifically on a group for Ethans, right?
Is the group for Ethans all metalheads too?
No, there is a subsect of that group called a group just for musical Ethans, and I forgot. I should have just asked there, but no, a group just for Ethans. It's not all Ethans. So I posted, "Hey, metal Ethans, I wanted to pick your brains for ideas." So if you had to recommend a Corpse Grinder era Cannibal Corpse record to somebody who's not super into traditional death metal, mainly a prog, mellow death, and tech death guy, what record would you choose? I'm stuck somewhere between the Kill trilogy and Red Before Black because it's the same producer, but they took a break from him for Skeletal Domain, which is the album between those, and or Bloodthirst / The Wretched Spawn. First comment. Keep in mind, I'm very specifically I'm very specifically asking about Cannibal Corpse, and I gave them a background of things that you like. Here's the first comment. I would probably get them into death before Cannibal Corpse.
I like death.
I'm like, there's a reason I'm asking. So I commented, they already love death. Then an act.
At least one death record I've listened to.
You've only listened to one death record?
I've only listened to one death record and then multiple songs.
Okay, fair enough. Another guy said that if your goal is to try to convince a prog fan that traditional death metal has merit, I would stay away from Corpse altogether. I don't agree with that particular comment, because here's my thing. I've almost, especially for the albums I'm going to give you, Cannibal Corpse, I think, is almost teetering on the edge of tech death. Teetering in the newest records. And I say that because if you look at their actual tablature and writing, it is quite technical. But the problem is the not that the production is bad, it's just a lot more, it's not as clean as a tech death record would be. They have a lot more gain and saturation on the guitars. So sometimes it's a lot more chaotic than your normal tech death, unless if you're talking about like Archspire. He's like, are you super committed to Cannibal Corpse? I'm like, yes, that's why I'm asking. Someone else, podcast name, Just for Ethans. I'm like, this has nothing to do with it, but I'll joke with you. Somebody said, I call Rust in Peace. What's wrong with you people? Can you not read?
Rust in Peace. That's my favorite Cannibal Corpse record.
Some guy, I don't know about Cannibal Corpse, but if you do The Devil Wears Prada, check out, oh my god. I'm like, I commented, it's like he would shoot himself. If I gave him a Devil Wears Prada record, he would blow his brains out.
I don't even think I would shoot myself. I would shoot you for even thinking that was a good idea and it not being a joke. I would find that person and I would murder them.
The only thing I could even consider giving you by them is their zombie EP, because it's the heaviest thing they've put out. Is it good? I don't know. It's better than a lot of their other stuff, but that is the only thing I could ever consider. I can't
stand that vocalist. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, ooh. No, I agree. I'm like, oh god, you're even like, I like Devil Wears Prada, and I can barely listen to them anymore. Or I
let's be honest, Whitechapel for me was pushing it, but they released a really good album.
You're gonna get Whitechapel one of these days.
I mean, I do like The Valley. I do own The Valley.
It's a great record. And then the last guy literally commented, Meshuggah's older stuff can kind of fit that realm. And I'm like, fine, whatever. But then he commented that yesterday and then literally copied and pasted that same message an hour ago. Nice. Like, what are you trying to prove here? I've already replied. Anyway, I'm going to be giving... Did you want to guess another record?
No, I don't know anything beyond the ones that I really guessed, except for the one that has the woman being eaten out by a... That
is Tomb of the Mutilated, and that is a Chris Barnes era record.
Barnes.
I'm going to give you...
Gross.
They're back-to-back records. I'm going to give you The Wretched Spawn and Kill.
Oh, wow. Just straight to it, huh? Just straight Kill, huh?
Yeah, Kill got the most votes out of anything. I guess I didn't even say that.
What I'm saying is like, that just doesn't even seem like a Cannibal Corpse title. They're just like, Kill.
I think Corpse Grinder actually said we wanted to see if we could, like, because they were well known for like their horribly violent album arts. They just wanted to see if they could if they would be able to sell without one, and Kill. You know, that's what they did. Kill is considered, I mean, that whole trilogy plus Red Before Black, I consider that to be part of them. Some people don't. Is considered to be just amazing. They're, to be honest, it's kind of like the same record 3 times all in all. They sound very similar. The writing is similar, but it's not in like a bad way. It's because they used the same producer, and I think it was a yearly release. So the Wretched Spawn has probably their most infamous technical song. They refused to play it live on there, called Frantic Disembowelment. And then Kill is Kill. So it's highly regarded, and that and the Wretched Spawn slash Bloodthirst got a lot of votes too, but it came down to Kill and Wretched Spawn. So that is what I decided to choose for you.
All right, so give me some Cannibal Corpse. I'm not against this like I have been about other things. I honestly would like to, just actually dive into some traditional death metal. I don't like, I'm going to be straight honest. I don't think I'll enjoy it like to the extent that I enjoy things like Opeth and Gojira.
Oh, but no, it's a lot more straightforward.
At the very least, I will appreciate it for being influential to the bands that I love.
Yes and no, because these albums came out.
Not these records.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, some people did say, you should maybe give him like Altars of Madness by Morbid Angel. I'm like, I've never listened to that album, so yeah, I can't in good faith ever give you something I haven't listened to.
I honestly don't even think I've ever listened to Morbid Angel. I've listened to Obituary, and I've listened to Cannibal Corpse before. But I don't, I think Morbid Angel and Death are like considered the top 4 or the big 4 of death metal, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'd probably say Death, Morbid Angel, Cannibal Corpse, and
I'd say Obituary.
Obituary is not really considered that. Well, they are, but I think most people put Deicide in there for some reason. Deicide's garbage, though.
Well, let's ask the internet on my smartphone. The big 4 of death. They gave me 6. Wait, what? Oh, okay, the big 4 thrash. Jesus, that scared me for a second. Because, the picture just shows
Metallica is my favorite death metal band.
Yeah, I was like, so they left it up to a poll. Morbid Angel, Death, Cannibal Corpse, and Carcass.
Okay, yeah, I could see Carcass. It's weird though; they were a grindcore band beforehand.
But the picture they have on the list is Cannibal Corpse, Entombed. I can see Entombed. Morbid Angel, Death, Obituary, and Bolt Thrower, which I didn't know was a death metal band.
I don't know much about Bolt Thrower.
I don't either. I honestly thought, just based on the name, that they were going to be a power metal band. I've never listened to them, so that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah, me either. So, all right. So, episode 15, we're doing another double. I have received Edge of Sanity's Crimson and Crimson 2, and Mitchell's checking out a couple of dang old Cannibal Corpse records.
Gosh dang Cannibal Corpse.
Wretched Spawn and Kill, respectively. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Distorted Entertainment Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/distentpod. That's DISTENTPOD. You can find us wherever you listen to your podcast. And please remember to rate us and share us with your friends so we can continue to grow and show you guys new music. And this is your second reminder to please rate us and share us with your friends. My name is Ethan Carpenter. I am joined by Mitchell Wade.
And everyone have a great night.
Bye.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Sean. I am the vocalist for Acadia. We are a tech death band from Central Illinois. You are listening to Disfigured Horizons from our upcoming EP that we're making with our producer Aaron Isaacson from Princeton in Illinois.